like, and you're gonna succeed, Drake. I did. Yeah, I never heard of a Canadian tuxedo, man.
It's insane.
Yeah, man.
And Kendrick's good at that.
Yeah. It's like this sometimes, man, as my man Tattoo once said, it's too much mind out. It's too much mind. It's too much for me to think about because I miss some of the things. Then you'll watch these people that do these like recaps or they do these remakes and they're like, oh, and I'm like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. I thought I was just listening to a song. But we're going to be tested on this. There'll be a pop quiz on this. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I never heard of the Canadian tuxedo. But he wore it well. But I'm telling you who did know. Mm-hmm. Canadians. Canadians did know, man.
I didn't know that was the thing because I saw it on Twitter too, and they're like, Canadian tuxedo is basically a denim top and a denim bottom.
Right.
And I didn't know that I actually read things.
Yeah, I just thought of the jeans outfit.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? I never knew. Now that I know, I'll wear it with intention now. Intention and purpose.
That's so cool, man. That's so dope that you did that. I'm like, dang.
And then not only did we get record of the year, we got song of the year. And being that you are one of the 13,000 members, tell people, do you know the difference between, tell, and for those that don't,
why?
What record of the year is and song of the year. Because that's what people get confused.
I got confused until you gotta be member. So here's the difference.
Hey, Wacko, you see, throwing his credit around. Hold on for a second. Wacko, can you make sure that the camera is on him because he is a member of the Voting Academy? Go ahead.
So for record of the year, you're awarding everybody as a part of the song.
Right.
Songwriters, producers, engineers.
Yeah. And that's how you see it. You see all those names under.
Song of the year is just a songwriter.
You can win a guy up there, bro.
That's the difference.
Wow. So is it songwriter or is it performer too? Because let's say somebody won and they didn't write the song.
They get it as well for record of the year. If you're part of the record in any way, shape, or form for record of the year, they get their Grammy.
Right.
But if they didn't write the song, then they get song of the year.
Oh, so Kendrick Lamar got song of the year if he didn't write not like us.
And let me emphasize something why this is so important about these minutes. There's only one other hip hop record in history that's got record of song of the year. Childish Gambino, It's America.
Yeah, man.
Only other one in history.
That's crazy, bro. I'm glad we had you sit down here. You know what I'm saying? This is like so official. You're right. Too much mind over here. Yeah, too much mind, dog. Kendrick Lamar's song of the year.
As selected by 13,000 voting members.
This is Diana Ross, right? And you're one of the 13,000 that Diana Ross. Now, I'm going to play this Diana Ross. All right? This is Diana Ross doing Song of the Year. And I caught this last night. They was giving me a version of it earlier, and I was like, no, I said, let it breathe. Let it breathe. Listen to this.
As selected by 13,000 voting members. The Grammy goes to Kendrick Lamar.
Hey man, let me tell you, because that was the category that Beyonce and everybody was in, right? Right. Then, and was that Beyonce? It was read the category.
All right, so Song of the Year, right? That's what.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You got Beyonce, Texas Hold'em, Billie Eilish, Birds of Feathers,
Great album. Great. All of them.
Lady Gaga, Bruno
All
Mars,
of
Sabrina
them.
Carpenter, Shabuzi, and
All
Taylor
of them.
Swift.
Every song in there. Every song in there. You would have been like, oh, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But not like us guys. I was like, yeah. I think with Diana Ross is thinking maybe Beyonce. You know, because that's her girl. So when I heard her, she was like, it was like a little breath.
As selected by 13,000
So you
voting
gonna get rid
members.
of him? You gonna knock him off? Knock him off?
The Grammy goes
He's
to
literally kicking him.
Kendrick Lamar.
Hey man, hey yeah, a little bit. You better be careful. Don't start nothing with Kendrick. Kendrick got time, and you got, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of ink in his pen. He brought it in. But yeah, when I saw that, I was like, damn, that not that it took away, but I was like, whoa, that sounded a little different. Maybe I was looking into it, maybe I'm too close to it, but I just felt like,
The eye was a surprise,
right?
She must have been a real surprise.
Yeah. And you can tell when the first responders, the firefighters, when they got up there and they read the category. Did y'all see that? And you could tell they were like, please God, let Beyonce win this. And when they went to, and the Grammy goes to the lady, she went, Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? Because Beyonce came on stage with her. So you know that there's some people that you look, even if you got the card in front of you, you open up the envelope, maybe Diana Ross was thinking somebody other than Kendrick. And not to start anything, but that's just the way with the press. I was like, oh wow, that was
bro. You just make it too much.
I'm excited. So she opened, she's like, Beyonce, this isn't you. So it felt like so many people were voting for her.
Yeah, and it was the way that Miley did it, was fun.
It was.
You know what I'm saying? And even Kendrick, when they came out, man, it was so respectful. It's Diana Ross. So, like, they bowed into her and everything. She was very nice. They went over the kid, you know what I'm saying? And they hugged and everything. But I was just like, oh.
He will fight. Are you trying to get down? What you trying to do?
Our producer Jason looking like, really supposed to. Oh, okay. Well, no.
I got you.
But yeah, but I thought that they put together a great.
Yeah. And
did you think that Kendrick wasn't going to show up? Because at first when he was winning and Mustard was going up, I was like, oh man, he's probably at the Super Bowl practicing.
It was very early. But
so
it was crazy because he won 3 for televised, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it was crazy that Mustard got there that early.
Yeah.
Because usually you see somebody that already won a Grammy today, such and such. And it's
the
usually
fall.
an announcement. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he was out, getting his Canadian tuxedo off. I don't know. But that was great television time because I was looking for Kendrick to come up. and get that record and song or whatever's going to be next for him. You know what I'm saying? So I was definitely I was waiting on it, man. But just hearing Diana Ross do that, and I'm mad. Kendrick coming on.
All the West Coast artists, man, early on, keep alone.
I love this. I love it.
All the West Coast artists, man, early on, keep alone. Problems, Bad Luck, K-Boy, They Like Maestro. These are cats that inspired me to be the MC. I Am Today, Schoolboy, J-Rock, Absol. This is what it's about, man. Because at the end of the day, nothing more powerful than rap music. I don't care what it is. We are the culture. It's gonna always stay here and live forever. And to the young artists, like my man Punch said, I just hope you respect the art form.
Hope you respect the art form. I thought that was so huge right
Now,
there.
if I let you down, you don't want to go back
to
up.
mention
You
the
don't come back up.
homies and say what the genre, what hip hop is, and be out there and still recognize that there were a lot of great people in that category. You know what I'm saying? Usually when you get to those kind of categories, anyway, most or all those people should have been nominated, and that was a very, very strong category. You know, but to sit and say we won is amazing. You know, and then Mustard, oh, you paid. Somebody take the room out. Hey man, Mustard would be the first one to
huh?
he's paid.
Yeah.
Mustard is so
good
good
now.
that I wasn't surprised.
Thank you, girl.
Somebody get the room out. Sweep all five for Not Like Us, man.
And not one mention of Drake in those. It's
None of
hip hop the entire time.
None of the speeches, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
None
I
of
didn't
it.
mention him.
Not at all.
At one point, he called that.
They started about this, man. Chuck, he's in the academy. He's one of the 13,000 people. So we asked him to sit in here. So he and Louis are sharing the mic. So that's why we got to pull it back from this. Chuck won't stop talking.
Yeah, but the one time when he shouted out Dre, I thought he said Drake for the first
Oh,
time.
he said,
What's up, Drake? What's up? And then I was like, oh, is he Drake or Dre? I was like, rewind it. I was like, what did he say? And he first said Dre, no, Dr. Dre. No,
Yeah,
oh,
I think
Sorry,
he took a shot
I
of
can
Drake
whine
and
too.
Smith. Yeah,
I can whine
you know what I'm
too.
saying?
just the street. I was like, oh, no, he's Drake.
Niggas, you better. Yeah,
I was trying to figure it out.
Even when we were on meeting last night, I be, hey man, you know when he said, "What's up, Drake?" I was like, "No," he said, "Oh, okay, he's trying to start some shit. He's trying to start some shit."
It's a four steps, that's D, that's Drake. Oh my God,
yeah. But you know that's the way a lot of those things are.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the way a lot of those things are, man. And everybody now has some. I'm literally watching the news this morning, my local news, which is KTLA for me. Right, I'm watching the news this morning, and they're talking about Kendrick Lamar sweeping the Grammys and Kendrick Lamar over at Super Bowl. Everybody's talking about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? The biggest thing that I'm hearing right now is Luka to the Lakers, and you know, and Kendrick Lamar. And we've been talking about Kendrick Lamar for what 10 months now, probably.
Since March.
I mean, we've been talking about it for years. You know what I'm saying?
You know
But
that.
just this great run
you.
of being an artist and
It's
being
my
a
job,
technique,
bro.
being thoughtful, real with the craft, and you know what I'm saying, and not playing with it. And he and his team, just the way that they set up things. That's why I can't wait to see what this Super Bowl is going to look like. Aside from SZA, who do you think comes out?
Well, we know it's not Tyler the Creator.
Right.
We already confirmed that he's not going to be
But
coming
then who knows? Tyler May. You know how that's the way to get him off your get him off of you.
I think with Doechii winning the Grammy, with her being presented to the world, we know how Doechii is.
Mhm.
I think there's a chance that she's going to be there, bro.
I know that there is some black girl out there,
I
so
love
many
her
black
speech,
women out
man.
there that are watching me right now, and I want to tell you, you can do it. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Don't allow anybody to project any stereotypes on you that tell you that you can't be here, that you're too dark, or that you're not smart enough, or that you're too dramatic, or you're too loud. You are exactly who you need to be right where you are. And I am a testimony. Praise God.
And then I was literally at my house clapping.
I almost cried.
But yeah, if somebody was on there, been like, "Hey, sit your ass down." I was literally at the house clapping because
What's wrong?
I didn't know about the Grammy. I just wanted to see her win.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't just a Grammy. I want to see
wrong?
Doechii win. And when she was just saying that, you know, the things,
You
everybody
never
got something that they got to overcome. And when she was just touching on like sobriety
Like
and just
a
like, you know what I'm saying?
baby
She's so
right
dope,
now.
and so
I'm gonna let your
amazing,
brother
do crap.
down. Hold on,
That I
hold
love
on.
when you see people get what they deserve that they probably didn't even think they were going to get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rhapsody as
What's
well.
wrong?
You know what I'm saying? Rhapsody did it her way and got her Grammy. You know, so when you see people, there's a lot of Grammys. And when I think Beyonce just got her 100th nomination, and I don't know how many Grammys she has the most Grammys in Grammy history.
You
The
could
most
put
Grammys,
down
y'all
a
can check
whole
that.
pool.
But I think she was at
And they gonna sit there
99
and drink the
nominations
whole
before the Grammy Awards started.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So she's a beast.
And I think that was the first time she ever won Album of the Year.
Yeah.
She's been nominated before, but which is so cool because Cowboy Carter, so you know,
I told them
Yeah,
Kendrick was
that's
going
what
to
she
win.
went out getting ass.
I said, watch. All the fanboys going to be mad at the end of the day. What, boy? You want to go outside? I'll be back. I gotta go bring these dudes.
They forget in their life. I have returned.
I'm back. I'm
You
back.
guys to me, please.
They call me Slim
Hi,
Shady. I'm back. I'm back. Murder a rhyme, one word at a time. You never heard of a mind is perverted as mine. You better get rid of that nine. It ain't gonna help. What's it gonna do against a man who strangles himself? Matter of fact, let me get my phone. Tell him you'll be back. Tell him you'll be right back. Give him like 10 minutes. Let me get a bag. Let me get a bag. A cookie bag. I want to get a bag. I want a fat bag.
Destroy your little boy, your old boy, your girl. Plus I was put here and put fear in back and spray paint and put beer and all the stuff around so they look
Hey, come on. Come on. Let's go. Anyway, tell you to go in the cage, bro. You're so annoying. It's one of y'all that always try to play with me when we go outside. It's one of y'all. I'm glad you came up to me and told me you had to go to the bathroom. I appreciate that. That's the first time you ever did that. So I'm gonna assume that's happening because of the camera. He knows when he ain't on camera. Come here. Come here, little shit. I should take that food from now. I see no lady. This fat ass right over here eating. Nope. This is done. We got water. Little chubby ass over here eating already. All he do is eat. Eat. What else can we watch? And I can't wait till I catch all you.
Can you guys see me? We can get in the live.
I'ma love it.
I have returned. Oh my God. Hope you guys can see me clearly. I don't know if you guys can.
I'm just Marshall
Is that
Man.
this made up from Dog going around? I don't know. I have no idea.
Oops.
Try and wait a minute to see if anybody comes into this. We are back. Amazing. I don't know how long for that. I do not know how long for. If it cuts out again, it cuts out again.
Screaming, I don't
And,
care.
you know,
Just
we just
play
run it back tomorrow. Tracy's back. Love that. Yes, Tracy. I know people were slowly coming to this one, so I'm gonna wait a little bit longer in this video. So for those of you who are
Roblox, I was trying to get on
maybe
that.
skip to like the third minute.
Acting up.
50 of you. I don't know what's going on with Wi-Fi and data these days. Things just ain't what they used to be.
Things just ain't the
Tracy,
same these
oh my God.
days. But I'm a little too famous to shoot these praises. All of these busters clipping their bangers, doing all types of switches shit with their fingers. The whole training and the madness. I was doing this
Thank you
shit
so
with
much,
shit
Tracy. I
in
really appreciate it.
pampers.
Thank you. You just came in. Anybody got like every day? Trust and believe and receive, Ashley.
Nope. I used to
Data analytics training. God forbid. That is boring. But I believe you're getting through it. I want to wait another minute for people to come to the live. So sorry if I'm sorry, it's a bit late.
I just saw this one thing. Did I?
St. Louis. Nice. Chrissy from Hawaii. Hey, handsome. Okay, come on, handsome. Come on, handsome.
So stop playing with you like
I
that.
love that.
Unless you're really about it.
It's for 8 hours.
All right, we out. Let's see what else we got.
Do you know how much the Mavericks must hate Luka? This is what we're talking about.
Right.
What's left of your Laker tender?
No, J Kid didn't know about it, but J Kid and I are online and we talk.
It's very rare for me to do
That's
this.
exactly what
J
J.K. wanted to do.
Choke
Choke the shit out of him. What the fuck did you just do, bro?
This is what they're talking about in the league.
What's left of your Laker tender?
J Kid didn't know about it, but J Kid and I are online and we talk about archetypes.
It's very rare for me to do this, but Luka Doncic trade officially happened. I just tried to get you guys my analysis and get you guys the news as soon as possible.
Ain't no way in the world.
For this entire trade, I want to bring you guys a follow-up video on it and just cover each and every angle that we may not have covered in the first video, give you the reaction of all the general managers, all the players involved, both fan bases, and give you more of an insight as to what the future of each team is going to look like. I personally felt like this trade was necessary because I felt like I missed a lot in my original video. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to get the latest NBA news to your device. Now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro.
Ice don't like me. Said some shit about it despite me.
Today's video is sponsored by PrizePicks. They're running a Super Bowl free swear for Patrick Mahomes. Lately, I've been doing really well like this. I've been averaging that minimum of pick a day, and I've been making my followers a lot of money. I pretty much discovered that if you run 4-man power plays, and you hit at least 1 out of every 10 4-man power plays, you spend extra money. So you break even if you hit 1 out of every 10 of your power plays. And you only need to hit 2 out of every 10 of your power plays to make money. So far, I've been averaging about 4 out of every 10 of my power plays hitting, and my results speak for itself. People have been hitting me up in my DMs, thanking me as well. If you want to give it a shot, I give away my picks on Instagram at @theflightmike. And if you haven't signed up for PrizePicks, make sure you use my promo code microphone. You get a free $50 when you make a play of $5 or more.
I told these these dudes, I said Drake's career is over. Kendrick about to fix everything on the West Side. Everybody gonna be rapping with everybody. Oh, that shit's gonna be normal to see everybody on rap on the track.
At this point, man. It's like the second time this happened for me. I also photoshopped Karl Anthony Towns in a New York Knicks jersey in the beginning of last season, and that ended up working. But I will admit, this wasn't as obvious, and this hit everyone.
Nobody thought this was
Anthony Davis, because the Lakers may have indirectly told AD that you might be getting traded.
Does it make you think about what you're accomplishing here, or maybe what you could accomplish with what's up for your leader tender?
Though, I'm sorry.
Having is why on earth would the Mavericks trade Luka Doncic? I mean, after he was able to do this in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals versus the Minnesota Timberwolves, in a series that everyone thought that the Timberwolves would win and eventually make it to the NBA Finals, Luka Doncic was able to hit this incredible buzzer beater game winner to win Game 2 and eventually take the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. There's no question about it that he is a superstar and a potential future face of the NBA. Since entering the NBA in 2018, he's a 5-time NBA All-Star. He made it to the All-NBA first 5 times, and he was the NBA scoring champion last year. You can make a very legitimate argument that he's not even in his prime yet, and he turns 26 at the end of the month. So how on earth and why on earth would the Mavericks trade him?
But all us talking heads, they must know something we don't know because he's been hurt. Everybody complains about his conditioning. But once you give a guy 5 years, $350 million, y'all are stuck together for life.
I mean, if you try to make this trade at NBA 2K, the general manager will laugh at you.
Right.
Anthony Davis next year, he's going to first round pick for Luka, Maxey, Cleveland, Marquise Morris. There's no way this works. There's no way.
Hell no. That's called a homeboy hookup.
I get back to you, really, that's not happening.
But even furthermore, what doesn't make a lot of sense in this particular instance is if you compare
that's why nobody believed it was real. Like, who would ever do that? And Markieff is back.
Just simply doesn't make sense. There's no question about it. Anthony Davis is a top 10 player in the NBA. And fans would be very quick to point out that the Mavericks were very worried about.
That's how I be rolling. That's how I be dribbling on the ass. Oh, I can't wait to get back on this court.
Consistent conditioning issues and the leading commitment of another supermax contract extension this summer.
Perfect though. Beat up on the little kids and up to 23-year-old kids. Be 39, beat the shit out of them, get drafted real quick. Play my little 5 years. Keep my body in crazy shape. I know what I'm gonna do. And just run it up while I'm playing. Run it up. Use my everything. Looks, personality, everything. Take my money back before I fucking retire.
And what Alex is saying is that the Lakers were so scared of Anthony Davis getting traded eventually that they fired Darvin Ham just to appease him. But bear in mind that Anthony Davis has a history of getting banged up as well.
You gotta do it like no sleep, always working, somehow recovering. You try to not sit up under me. You always sit up under the chair. I'll move the chair. Oh, they right there squished.
But there's no question about it that one of these players can potentially play in the NBA for a significantly longer time than the other. It's not a crazy thing to presume that Luka Doncic could be playing at an all NBA level in his mid-30s, especially considering that an NBA player.
Everybody gonna be playing to their 40s, bro. Everybody is in the league right now. Just about a star of some sort is gonna be playing until 40 something. That's what I'm trying to tell people. They be like, "You're not old. It don't matter." LeBron gonna play till like 45. Kyrie, it's gonna be easy for guards. You have real guards playing so. And then the big men, they're gonna get paid crazy just to stay for a little while.
Long-term concern about conditioning are said to have factored into Dallas's shocking change of course. Now Anthony Davis will partner Kyrie Irving, and the Lakers have their heir to LeBron James. Now, even with this rationale, being concerned about Luka's injuries, trading him for an older yet injury-prone star doesn't really make sense.
And he's gonna play so fit.
Compensation made up for the fact that you could build around Luka Doncic for years to come, especially
now that LeBron made it somewhat possible for people to play long, they're gonna do it. Everybody's gonna be trying to. Nobody's gonna retire before 16 years anymore. 16 years is a minimum. They're gonna keep playing. And what's his name? Isaiah Thomas over here still playing too.
Yes, how many good years does he have left in the NBA? Remains to be seen. It could be anywhere from 3 years and plus. The main basis of my argument here is the fact that when you take a look at other major trades that have happened recently in the NBA,
if I would have had my body in shape like I wanted to, I would have been playing till 50 something. Sorry, we back now.
They talk about protected first round 2025 pick from the Bucks, they second round pick in 2025. And what about the Rudy Gobert trade? In this case, the Minnesota Timberwolves traded for a 29-year-old traditional center in Rudy Gobert. Bear in mind that although he was a multi-year defensive player of the year at the time, Gobert's value was diminishing significantly because there were questions of whether or not his style of play would translate in modern NBA offenses in 2022. But still, despite that, the Utah Jazz received Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, DeAndre Bolmaro, Walker Kessler, Jared Vanderbilt, 4 first-round picks, and a pick swap from Rudy Gobert. Again, they weren't receiving an all-NBA level return.
They're getting crazy money.
Davis is 6 years older than him, and they both have some injury concerns, and the fact that the Lakers' 2029 first-round pick might not be as valuable anymore. It's definitely a question of if the Mavericks thought they should block Luka Doncic.
First round was born.
The Milwaukee Bucks received Damian Lillard, DeAndre Ayton, Monty Kamara, Drew Holiday, a 2029 first-round pick, and 2 first-round pick swaps for the Bucks. The Suns got Grayson Allen, Keon Johnson, Nasir Little, and Yusuf Nurkic. Now, this is an example.
I don't really think the Mavericks lost it.
potential.
That's
young
a
star.
great pickup, though, for them.
When I say young star with DeAndre Ayton,
You got Christie, who you got potential, open potential.
and 2 additional first
And
round
then
picks.
you got-
I understand why I believe that the balance
you got,
is consistent
AD.
there. And I doesn't really
You already know he's going to Hall of Fame.
Because they didn't approach any other team. Meaning they didn't hit up the Houston Rockets and see if they would be willing to part with Alperen Sengun or
So-
Jalen Green or Brandon Thompson for Jabari Smith. They didn't hit up the
You can
Oklahoma City Thunder
already
to see if they would be willing to part with any of their multiple future first round picks. I
assume
mean, screw all of that. They didn't hit up the
that
San
Kyrie
Antonio
gonna be
Spurs
throwing
for
up them
any
lobs
of draft
if
picks.
he
That had an incredibly
stays.
bright future. They could have gotten Chris Paul and multiple valuable first round picks for the future. They didn't hit up the Milwaukee Bucks to see if Giannis Antetokounmpo was available. If you understand the gravity of this trade,
Giannis is going in some big market too after this.
Dallas Mavericks only hit up the Los Angeles Lakers. I can understand why Jason Kidd looks like he wants to end his general manager over here.
Yeah, I would too.
Bro, look at his face. Like he's already doing a
I would have
baseball
hurt
here.
him. I would have been like, bro, just get me out of
Dude,
here.
Jason Kidd is not buying any of this. Just look at his face. I mean, he looks like he's about to crash out on his general manager.
But he's probably gonna be in. Never mind. He disrespectful,
Did he
dog.
say that
What
after
made you
the
get rid of
trade,
Luka?
They said the Mavericks are going to be competitive.
Didn't even ask him, bro. You just got rid of
I mean, the
Luka.
fan
Like,
base of both sides are going crazy.
Who
I understand
are
having
you
8
again?
at this point.
that's that Kobe power. That's what that is.
Laker fans are celebrating, and girlfriends everywhere are being elected.
Bro, did you just see this trade the Lakers did? We just traded AD for Luka Doncic. Dude, I swear to God.
And the biggest argument for why they did this was apparently Luka Doncic was pushing 270 pounds after his injury, and then after
270.
But even if
We
that's
can
the
still
case,
work
so
with
much
that.
value. But I feel like you could have gotten more. How often are generational talents like Luka Doncic available like this? So there's no question about it that Luka Doncic loses a significant amount of money as a result of this trade. He was eligible for a $345 million supermax contract. Now he only signed a 5-year, $219 million deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. These are his options currently. I think he's the only player in NBA history to get a rookie supermax contract extension after his original 4-year contract was up to Mavericks. He's eligible for a contract extension on August 2nd for a $228.6 million contract extension.
228.6. Nigga, I'm stupid. I could have had that easily.
That's before you consider the fact that he's moving to LA from Dallas. The state of Texas has no state income tax. California has one of the most aggressive state income taxes. I mean, I know all in all, Luka Doncic is going to be fine money-wise, but there's a reason why Brian Report says this.
If I have all-star, current NBA all-star text me.
His sneakers gonna go up. His whole value market just went up. His whole market value market just flew up. The world now knows who Luka is. Let him play one game. He better drop 40 the first game. Have 10 assists, 9-10 assists the first game with like 4 rebounds. He established already. Give LeBron a couple lobs. Hit the game winner one game for the season ends. It's a wrap already. He's already gonna be the greatest, one of the greatest Lakers to ever play. Before he even puts a uniform, he's already one of the greatest Lakers to ever play the game. And that's loud. That's to his what? That's crazy. Now, hopefully, LeBron don't be stubborn and allows him to get off and learn how to get the ball a little bit. Start doing post play. Because that spin move in the post is to baseline is easy for him. Nobody, who's gonna stop him? He's too slippery. He's too strong. He's too quick. Let me go play with these dudes. I'll tell them how to play basketball. As soon as his left leg is completely right, it lets me jump the way I want to. Because if I was grabbing Rembert, damn near 2 hands, what's that, 6 months ago, with a still fucked up legs, it's gonna be a wrap now. He's grabbing that shit like it's nothing now.
Basketball terms, but this is about the basketball. There is
Can't
no basketball
wait.
reasoning or justification for trading Luka Doncic. And although you might call me a conspiracy theorist now, by the end of the video, I bet you'll agree with me with what I have to say. No part of this makes any sense. Luka Doncic is a Laker in the middle of a Saturday night out cup like everyone else, and so
That's it, lit,
the
though.
events don't fall for the fact that 80s a big name. That is the single worst trade in
Luka.
NBA history. And it's hard to believe that anyone could be this stupid. The fact that when Laker GM Rob
I don't know why I just don't use the damn phone. Damn.
Oh, they put up like that? What they on?
What gang affiliation?
What they on?
Gangsta is historical shit in Los Angeles. I'm gonna tell you the hoops. Okay, our C don't need crit, we need criminal. And now we inside with bloods, we everybody killer. We CK, we crit killing and blood killer.
I heard what the term EBK means, and it sounds kind of intense. Are we looking at wrong options?
I remember that episode.
What the hell? Hey, oh,
That's it. That was wrong.
yeah. What's up?
I don't remember that shit. I guess I'm right.
The Hoover Criminals, the gang that beats with everyone in Los Angeles. With names like the Bloods, Crips, Mexican Mafia, and MS-13, it's safe to say gang culture flourishes in South Central.
LA is crazy, bro.
The Hoover Criminals, who proudly claim themselves as EBK for everybody killed. A title that invites a lot of gang warfare. If you track this gang,
I hope you guys always stretch your feet out with legs.
After murder of young little chocolate chip alliances, and the president of the Hoover Criminals after yet another murder falling out from like sets. One of the group's most famous
Keep
members is
you
Freeway.
learning that doing this keep you from worrying about anything.
Rick Ross was a damn police. You know what I'm saying? He was a correctional officer in jail.
Keep you from Champagne Cafe.
Perhaps the most successful seller of crack cocaine in the country, and the influence behind rapper Rick Ross's persona. We were invited by Hoover rappers Pope and Jay Harkness to a garden deep in Hoover territory. We meet them, we encounter a police from the LAPD, and I say a joke that made things really scary for a second.
I want to put y'all on to something. The easiest money you'll ever make in your life. Recast.com is a website that allows you to literally.
Just put the grill together, get some food ready to go.
Investigators are here of a triple shooting in South LA that claimed 2 lives. Teenage boy is dead after a shooting.
I miss 7-Eleven. I miss 7-Eleven so much. 7-Eleven is the spot where you get the points. You just man. I miss all that. Hold on.
You speak any Spanish? Because people with language lessons. The Hoover Criminals are a collection of mostly black sets across LA, which to an outsider, it can be tough to track who is on whose team. For example,
it's hard.
LA Hoover Criminals beat viciously with most Crip sets, but they do realize with the 5 Juice gangster Crips that oftentimes form blue. To add further confusion, they've also joined forces with at least one Mexican gang, 13 Garbino, which you mentioned. The reality is street politics are ever shifting, so to a person not from here, it can feel impossible to know whether you would be friendly or enemy territory. But yeah, it's something you don't like.
Like LA, one of the places like, and I lived out there for goddamn. I lived in LA for I think a year and a half or something like that. But I've been living in LA when I was younger. I lived in LA for a few years when I was young, and I just know like it's one of them places where you gotta know exactly what's going on, exactly where you at, exactly what car drive. Like it's one of them places where like you say how you that feels you good. So if you get to go around the time area, you might make the wrong turn with the wrong time, get wet up. It ain't organized.
I saw a couple cops in the front. Trying to bitch all that. Oh, don't do that. They're here because you're you guys are. I just had one thing on YouTube on my way to my drive here, and it was Whack 100 being like,
said, I'll see on the crick and the criminal. Our lab is orange, and our inside was blood. Everybody killer. We see KB Crip killing and blood killer.
I heard the term EBK means, and it sounds kind of intense. Everybody killer. Everybody killer.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Everybody?
Everybody. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, you know what I'm saying? It's how we go over here. Hey, I'm gonna create this right, you know what I'm saying? But y'all know that all right. You know what I'm saying? I hope all right, you pick it up.
I'm like, what are you doing? The whole license is the first one. Yeah, I like that. I've been to like hoods in Texas where they're afraid to maybe get the privacy of their house. Message to the people. Don't be afraid to leave hot dogs or a bratwurst. Yeah. We need to stop being all weird about nothing, you know what I mean? So we approve this message. So one of them have notion right away about the squads. It seems like guys are a little bit older. Like, some of the guys, like, I mean a lot of really young squads. They're the wild ones.
Can't wait to young Brian. You know.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Weeknd.
The greatest story
Without exaggeration, I've spent hundreds of hours trying to figure out how I wanted to make this video your one.
Let's go ahead and watch that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Weeknd.
Without exaggeration, I've spent hundreds of hours trying to figure out how I wanted to make this video you're watching right now. How can I possibly encapsulate all of my thoughts on more than a decade of artistic excellence? Wax poetic on an artist who's been there for me at the best and worst of times, and put it all in a digestible package I can edit and put together all while Los Angeles burns around me. Safe to say the last couple of weeks I've been inside. All that being said, it's really started to hit me that Hurry Up Tomorrow will mark the end of the journey of the Weeknd. We start back until 11.
What are you doing, bro?
What they're telling me now, that is how Weeknd's crept into the hearts of so many people, and all across the globe, across every demographic.
My girl got diamonds on her ear. She even got diamonds on her.
Let's start with the absolute bottom line for what best intrigues me most. If I had to describe the Weeknd's music in one word, I'd use this. Same. Every song sounds exactly the same. Like, listen to this.
See, that's why I want the whole Weeknd back.
And then this. And then this right here.
That's that shit.
And then this ain't what's over. But seriously, the range range of sounds, palettes, and atmospheres that the Weeknd has been able to utilize throughout his career is insane. From reinvigorating R&B music by giving it a dark and musty edge, subverting that by blessing our ears with ethereal vibes, making us one of the other dance floors, those timeless Quincy Jones-esque records. The only constant in every record is that angelic, beautiful voice reminiscent of King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Between his voice and his eclectic creative direction, the Weeknd has created music that's transcended genre, generations, and boundaries, but also songs that have real depth in them. I'm sure you've all heard of Powdery Metaphor that comprises Can't Feel My Face, or the pop juggernaut that is Money that's actually being a theme song for codependency. But time and time again, the Weeknd paints scenes that tackle an array of topics and emotions with an honesty that some find comfortable and others refreshing. For example, Faith finds him relapsing in his sobriety, and his faith in the night tells the story of a woman painted by her troubles. Gasoline explores existential nihilism. Meanwhile, Lord goes into incredible depths of the insecurity that the Weeknd has regarding the way he fixes society. This expands even outside music, as the Weeknd's visuals are essentially short films, each depicting stories and characters that can come from nowhere else to the Weeknd's creative vision. Seriously, if you want to see the depths of what the Weeknd can do, check out the music videos for Belong to the World, Can't Feel My Face, The Hills, Take My Breath, any of the music videos from After Hours and Dawn FM eras. The Dawn FM era in particular saw the Weeknd do some pretty cool stuff, mixing live performances with narrative storytelling, and they have our special type of Dawn FM experience, which as a side note is something I would love for every single music discography. And segueing into his performances, the Weeknd brings you back to a different time. Back when quote-unquote performing ability wasn't solely based on how hot you were, or how many TikTok dances you can hit while lip syncing, or even 15 costume changes. Not to say that people who do this aren't good artists. However, I think that people's definition of what makes a great performance has been restricted to such factors. Pure disrespect. That's what I think this is kind of standing here sitting in front of the mic, just showcasing their goddamn ability. To me, the Weeknd is a poster boy for a fading art form, what I call the flat 52. I wouldn't be surprised if Abel found inspiration for his performance off the likes of classic shit, or Luther Vandross, the latter of which he really reminds me of. For the uninitiated, Luther Vandross was notorious for putting on fantastic shows based entirely on the story and some lavish stage production, inspired wardrobe choices, song-making ability, and his phenomenal voice.
This is how real it is for life.
Then you go over to the Weeknd, where you're guaranteed to experience when you go to a Weeknd concert. Elaborate stage production, inspired wardrobe choices, classic records, and a phenomenal singing voice. When discussing his performances, Luther Vandross had one mantra: "We will not play with your ticket money." And it's fair to say that the Weeknd has the same principle. Don't believe me? Well, check out the After Hours on tour over on HBO Max or the Dawn FM experience. And what you'll see is an artist at the top of their game, singing their ass off and telling the story of their music. Am I expecting the Weeknd to win a dance-off, something-art sound anytime soon? Probably not. But I personally believe in judging artists based on what they can do, not what they can't. And if there's one thing the Weeknd can do, it's put on a goddamn show. But of course, we know that the Weeknd can do more than just that, which is why I'm going to go to the real strength behind
Get off my foot.
It is no secret that we are currently in music's commercialization era. The internet has made it so that talent is in abundance, so what determines which acts get the pop star or rocket star to them? The answer is whether or not they make money, by any means necessary. Because of this, it brings a small but profound joy in my heart to see the Weeknd consistently at the top of year-end streaming counts, despite having not dropped albums in years. As the Weeknd has proved that you indeed can be a draw while also staying true to your creative integrity, there is still room for true artists. Coming back to how I started this whole video off, it's hard to find one word that best encapsulates the Weeknd, but I think I've settled on one that accurately describes why I personally enjoy the Weeknd as an artist: attention. Because yes, the albums and the songs within them stand alone as fantastic bodies of work that are simultaneously original while also being homage to inspirations. They set trends while also being timeless. They can be cold and disillusioned, or hopeful and engaging. But if the music and lyrics engage you, activate you to the point where you find yourself diving into his catalog, you find that not only are songs tied together by thematic threads, but also that each album is in conversation with the others, because it is all part of one story: the story of the Weeknd. Now that begs the question: just what exactly is the story of the Weeknd? Many have taken a crack at it. However, me personally, I think of it as a coming-of-age story, one that involves not just one, but two arcs. In Cam Whelan's Guide to Creating Character Arcs, Whelan describes the foundation of an arc as a dynamic between the line the character believes and the thematic truth. The line the character believes is a limited or flawed perspective the character has at the beginning of the story. To use an example relevant to the Weeknd, in Phantom of the Opera, we find the titular character believing the world has never shown compassion, and as a result, must become this cold-hearted, demonized figure that they may not be. Sound familiar? Thematic truth is a broader and more expanded perspective of themselves as well as around. Using our previous example at the end of the play, the Phantom is shown compassion for finally being able to express his love for Christine in a healthy way. Now let him go. Throughout the story, these characters' perspectives are challenged, and we as audience can see whether they can overcome the limitations of lie in favor of feeling satisfaction and enlightenment that comes from learning and accepting the truth, or the story of the film brings the will to search for it. Now, what is the life that the Weeknd character leads? Look no further than his very first scene. The very time introduced the Weeknd to the world, Wicked Games. In it, the Weeknd presents the first course of the second piece of his character is toxic love, whether it be with a woman or with himself. We learn that he left his relationship in favor of something that validates the guilt and shame he feels. As he says, we further explore the Weeknd's character in all his debauchery, toxicity, and woundedness through a trilogy, a series of mixtapes that skyrocketed him to the forefront of R&B. His newfound money and fame allows him to finally get out of the claustrophobia of Toronto and escape to Tokyo, Japan, one of my favorite concept albums, Kiss Life. In it, we see his perspective on love grow more and more cynical, before finally seeing romance as pointless as tears in the rain. Then we move on to Beauty Mountain Madness, a big, bombastic album with so much energy and bravado and songs like Tell Your Friends and The Hills, but it also peels back the curtain a tad bit on the human behind the mask as we see him unveil his tender side on songs like As You Are and Angel. Starboy, despite being such a reflection point in terms of the sound of the Weeknd, serves as a point of stagnancy for the character plot-wise, and I don't mean that in a bad way. First off, that album allows us to settle into the Weeknd's new status quo as a celebrity living in Los Angeles. The same same way that a music video for Michael Jackson's Beat It was a West Side Story, Peter Pan-esque vision of what Game was like, I like to imagine this as Abel's dark and twisted fantasy of what LA is like, which conjures images of late night time in town, in the discotheques, falling in love, getting into trouble, all images that we come back to on After Hours and Dawn FM. Oddly enough, this fantasy grounds his character and allows us to follow him through this way. The second half of the album, however, finds him yet again falling in love. Diving further into the vulnerability, we explore the beauty of madness, which finally culminates in the album's weapon of mass destruction. Die For You. Die For You is one of the first times we explore the Weeknd's codependency, a topic that would be dissected as we enter the After Hours trilogy. Die For You speaks to the definition of love that the Weeknd knows. The inability to articulate how he's feeling, talks of manipulating the other person, trying to find reasons to hold this relationship apart. However, all of these threads are pulled together by a genuine yearning for this relationship to work, despite it most likely being doomed. In the next album, all but confirms that. As coinciding with his very public breakup with Selena Gomez, the Weeknd dropped Mikey Melancholy, an 8-track EP that saw the Weeknd literally in the darkest depths of his emotions. What this album represents to me is a relapse back to a place that he's grown all too familiar with, which manifests itself in a way that returns to that dark atmospheric production from the trilogy days. However, just as Abel was starting to get more clarity on why he's feeling this way and clarity on other people, the production doesn't seem as muddled, as claustrophobic as that of trilogy. And then we get to the cream of the crop, the After Hours trilogy. I think the reason that After Hours feels like such a big album and story of the Weeknd is because it's a culmination of this negative change, one which the Weeknd teases at the very beginning of the album, as he states that he doesn't know if he can be alone again. The album explores some of the Weeknd's worst habits with an honesty that we get to really see from him at this point.
After we lost the real Weeknd,
After Hours finalizes what I feel is the definitive Weeknd song, appropriately titled after the album itself. Seriously, if I want to bring someone to speed on what the Weeknd represents, his whole vibe, what his production is like, etc., go from 0 to 100, I simply show them this song because in 6 minutes, After Hours puts every single element of the Weeknd on full display. It truly feels like the past decade of music all culminating in this one song. After Hours starts off with this haunted production that perfectly encapsulates the crash out that the Weeknd has had with this album, but it also encapsulates the entire vibe of his trilogy days. It hypnotizes us before building up to this sinister and infectious beat that still somehow has you wanting to dance, and also houses one of his catchiest hooks in which he makes a desperate plea for a love that he knows isn't good for him, calling back to how he started this whole Weeknd story in Wicked Games. Despite not being known for his catchy choruses, Abel has said that this was a skill he had to pick up from his time learning how to be a pop star. We're in the beat behind the madness era, as he states. My producers would always try to structure my music, and I was always a punk. I hate major chords, I hate structure, I want the song to be 8 minutes long, it would kill them. My headspace now is I love choruses. The chorus is not easy. But in the song, Abel gets on his cake and eat it too, because not only does the song have a powerful chorus, but it also stretches itself out to a dense 6 minutes as we find the Weeknd coming down off the high and finally succumbing to the guilt and shame that was weighing him down. Even admitting that he knows that the failure of his relationships, the pain caused between the two parties, and his overall unhappiness, the song ends with a moment of tenderness and vulnerability before finally leading to the album's final scene.
I'm gonna beat
So
you up, bro.
Finds him bleeding out.
Keep breaking up my
sock.
sock.
Broken one last time, thus wrapping up his downfall or negative change arc. All we didn't know about the album was that the Weeknd's death also happened to kick off his second arc, a positive change arc, more commonly known as the hero's journey. I love the idea of someone as dastardly as a Weeknd going on a quote-unquote hero's journey. May seem tough to envision, but enter Dawn FM. In Dawn FM, we find out that the Weeknd's sins have followed him into the afterlife and into purgatory. Think of the music video for Take My Breath, when we see the Weeknd directly confront the very same vices that led him astray in his earthly life, drugs and lust. Then we go to the Out of Time music video, where we get a flash of a fantasy or a memory of a wholesome romantic connection that the Weeknd has. We get some rare sights like seeing him laugh, smile, and take care of someone before having this life viscerally ripped away from him from a literal ghost of his past. Finally, in How Do I Make You Love Me, we see the physical manifestation of what the Weeknd's journey has been in purgatory. A slow and torturous deconstruction of the Weeknd character as he's exposed to all the vices and all the moments that led him down the path of corruption until all that remains is Abel Tesfaye. Baby Abel, if you ask me. Much has been said about this trilogy being the Weeknd's take on the Divine Comedy, a series of poems that depict Dante walking through the depths of hell, working his way through purgatory, before finally being able to reach Paradiso. If you're asking me what I see paradise as, the final resting place for the Weeknd as a character is a place of love. My theory for what the thematic truth may be for the Weeknd is that he indeed is worthy of love and forgiveness to himself. Maybe along the way, he makes realizations that the Weeknd has been known as a result of trauma. Some he's experienced, some he's inflicted, and others ingrained in him from before his time, which he previously actually explored on Dawn FM's Tell Me Course.
Whenever that was also have a thorough. Part of that was that they given partially based on fear. It was also totally subconscious.
I see a character that has gone through hell and the work to reflect on and learn from his past mistakes, and has now earned the opportunity to heal, to start over. As Abel Tesfaye. Too long in a rumor that Abel himself has perpetuated, one saying that he could addition the Weeknd alias in favor of dropping music under his real name.
No, you gotta try it. No, you gotta try it, huh?
I alluded to this before, but as of recording this, the Weeknd just pushed back a release date for his much anticipated album out of respect for the devastation that the LA wildfires have caused. I'm not here to judge how people may have reacted to this news, but me personally, I respected the hell out of this move because it falls right in line with this deconstruction of the Weeknd character and the emergence of the actual human being inside. Come to find out, he's actually a pretty good guy. If you're interested in exploring this transition from the Weeknd's Abel Tesfaye, I actually had previously made a video about how jarring the last few years may have been for Weeknd fans as a result of him pulling back curtains and breaking kayfabe. Time and time again, Abel has shown a genuine desire to speak on and enact change in social issues. I love hearing the greats talk about other greats, so check out this clip of Abel being asked about Kendrick Lamar. Listen to what he points out particularly about his 2016 album, Butterfly.
He does so well. I'm trying to do what he does. I mean, you can do anyone, man. But I need like pop hits and like every time people listen to his music. Sometimes you just feel like you gotta like sit down and work on it. You know, it's really easy to sound tacky and forced. But the inspiration strikes you and you feel you need to say something and contribute, and then you're gonna get away. I mean, I was checking when Michael did it later in his career.
black and white, they don't care about, which was probably the most controversial one for me. Whether it be publicly supporting the Black Lives Matter movement or COVID relief funds in 2020, or personally donating $300,000 to Lebanon after the bombing of its capital, Beirut. In 2022, Abel started the XO Humanitarian Fund, which as of May 2024 has raised over $6.5 million, all of which has been put towards the World Food Programme's efforts to help those in Gaza, as well as to help provide emergency food services in his family's homeland of Ethiopia. And speaking of Ethiopia, I just really appreciate how much pride he takes in his heritage, whether it be his use of Amharic at the end of the hills, his blue bottle coffee line paying homage to his mother and her homeland, or him rocking his rendition of a traditional Ethiopian kapa. I'm not going to make any big grandiose statements about who he is as a person. I obviously don't know the guy. These are all things that he didn't have to do, and he does them anyways, and I think that's pretty cool.
And there were fans on the other side of the stage screaming, "I like my t-shirt." I was so focused on the t-shirt. You saw me. I take pictures. I love that. And also we can wait, and it just more important. And it's stuck with me until this day. He was teaching me a lesson, and I know that nothing is more important than giving back its whole university.
The Weeknd has been operating on a level of storytelling that I've really only seen in one other form of art, that pro wrestling, in which life between real and was fiction blurred, a medium that focuses itself primarily on heroes and villains, all of which operate to tell a story that can span years before properly paying off in a big way. Which, by the way, I don't know how many other people are in that middle part of the wrestling Weeknd fan Venn diagram, but just know it warms my heart and my soul and my entire being. See that the Weeknd made the theme song the past 5 WrestleManias. If you're willing, go ahead and comment on who we see Abel in the ring with him. I'm making bets on who takes that XO Sunday. Okay, but tell me this: is the emotional investment fake? Are the goosebumps and chills that the fans feel when their famous entrance fake? Is that stone cold pop fake?
Yeah, they're used to using this thing.
So despite the curtain being pulled back and the line being drawn clearly between the Weeknd and Abel test fake, it's hard to call what we've experienced the last 13 years fake because of how real it all is. How smooth feels like it's shrouded in weed smoke and purple haze, because you had no idea it was the Weeknd was. Not just that, but at that point, that was all Abel knew having never left his hometown of Scarborough. His friends all got the Weeknd traveling to Tokyo and transitioning into new life fame, just as the Weeknd had signed his first record label deal. And now serves as this beautiful diary entry right before he became the Weeknd that we know today. Starboy said the Weeknd in Los Angeles, just as he was reaching a rarefied level of superstardom and notoriety within the music industry. And I don't know if I'm going to call what I'm about to say is all some sort of divine intervention. That's prerequisite to say, but I do find it oddly fitting that we end this After Hours trilogy exactly how we started. Because After Hours ended up being the soundtrack of 2020, the year that saw catastrophe after catastrophe after catastrophe. We needed something that made us feel. In that moment, we needed music that sat with us when we saw it. And now I've witnessed Mother Nature's wrath. I'm really hoping that Hurry Up Tomorrow is a record that helps light the flame in all of us. The world is continually trying to snuff out an album that wakes us up, that empowers us. But that's what the Weeknd character represents to him. Abel states, that guy is who I am to myself, and my writing. Sometimes you take him and it becomes more, and it's uncontrollable, his own character. With that quote in mind, I like to think of the Weeknd, this cool modern take on Phantom of the Opera with the voice of Michael Jackson as a metaphor for how we all want to kill our worst parts of ourselves. Wouldn't it be nice to rid of yourself of the anxious, traumatized, demonized version of yourself that your self-esteem sees? Over the years, Abel tried to overpower Weeknd, but time and time again, the Weeknd resurfaced. This time, more destructive and more desperate. But it isn't until this After Hours trilogy that Abel test has a chance of truly leaving the Weeknd behind, because he's earned it. That's why, if I may, my one hope is that the Weeknd gets a happy ending. Coming back to our discussions about our the truth of the Weeknd story is that regardless of how far down our rock bottoms take us, that we're all worthy of forgiveness and love, so long as we take the time to reflect, do the work, and open ourselves up to the fear and vulnerability it takes to be your fullest and true self. But admittedly, there is a bit of selfishness in this sentiment because I want to believe that if the Weeknd character can find happiness and peace, maybe we can too. But I'm not married to that idea because this 13-year odyssey that I and the rest of XO have been on has been just such an amazing roller coaster ride. Looking back at it all, I can really pinpoint exactly where I was when each album dropped. Being a high schooler, driving my little around when I heard the Hills for the first time on the radio, and going, hey, what the hell is this? Dawn FM came at a time where I was just starting to realize and work myself out of some of the toxic habits and cycles I was living with. Hell, it's through talking about After Hours and the subsequent response to those videos received, specifically from the man himself, that I gained the confidence to start this YouTube channel. And you have that same to people all around the world. So, despite the critiques I may have had about the rollout for Hurry Up Tomorrow, despite the theories and speculation I've given as to what exactly the top of my hold, I'm more than happy to throw all that away as I have complete trust that on January 31st, I'll plug my headphones in and have the gift of experiencing a Weeknd album for the first time, one last time. And I trust that I will be moved emotionally and spiritually as the Weeknd closes the book on what has been an unprecedented moment. From a faceless enigma to one of the most prolific and artistic superstars we have today. After all, that's the thing about weekends. They all gonna end eventually.
Damn it. Can't even hop. I need to see where we at now.
Our top story right now is President Trump's threats of this trade war. Our top story right now is President Trump's threats of this trade war, which he then quickly backed off of because it has real-world consequences for you, for people in this country, for people in other countries, even though it is also, as we begin the week, a kind of sputtering opening failure of his efforts. The same Americans who were very concerned about prices and inflation back in November, could be impacted by what we can only see so far as Donald Trump's sort of shaky or inconsistent tariff threats. And this is the very start of his tenure. This is his January and February priority based on November. He's in office less than a month. And now we can report, as you may have heard, we're going to get into the details. Trump is blinking today after threatening what could have been this trade war over the weekend.
Come on, Pinky
There are
Toe.
many countries
There
that
you
try
go. I
various
feel
tariff
it.
efforts.
Yeah,
For many
Pinky
decades, so you
Toe.
actually know a bit about what you see on your screen, how supply chains and product and grocery prices and
Feel
shipping,
like
how all this is
Kill Bill.
affected. Many countries have found that, again, I'm going to
Get
generalize,
your
but a
boy.
sudden sort of one-way effort to engineer tariffs don't tend to benefit the countries coming that trade war. And that's when inflation, as I mentioned, economists and many impacted businesses estimate that ineffective tariffs, or just throwing them out there, will increase inflation. And they become essentially a
Don't
tax.
bite my
So today, that's the context for Donald Trump now
Bro.
backing off what was threatened as 25% tariffs, which is a big steep hike on the neighboring countries of Canada and Mexico. He's basically blinking. This story matters even if he backs down. He's also claiming that he got some minor adjustments, but not really at the economic tariff level. That's what he says he's getting in return for delaying the thing he threatened that he's not doing. Donald Trump has pulled his own tariffs and his own tariff schedule. He vowed these to begin as soon as midnight. Now he's delaying them, he says, for 30 days, but that could be longer given what we've just lived through.
Well, it was obviously going to run into a lot of problems. I mean, first thing to say, I'm not aware, but the tariffs look illegal to me. I mean, they-
Killer
they-
toe.
Trump is open
Killer toe,
emergency
nigga.
economic powers.
Yeah,
And, you know,
that's
economic
like
powers,
that.
the loan predation, what's this about? And it's also supposed to be used for economic ends, and they sort of settled upon drugs as the justification, which clearly was bogus, right? The drugs, fentanyl here is the mass destruction of the trade world, and it's a big argument. And then why do it? Trump has always, this is a personal Trump fixation.
$1 billion tour right there,
There's
boy.
really a strong interest group. There's really a meaningful economic argument that the Democrats are crazy. This is just something that Trump, you can find tapes of Trump going back to 1988 saying we should have 25% tariffs. Somehow or other, he made up his mind that he was smarter than anybody else on international trade policy, and this was his moment to do it. And he folded almost instantly when Canada and Mexico revealed that they are actually independent countries with a will of their own.
Yeah, you say he folded instantly because of the reaction to the tariffs. What is that reaction? Why were they so confident? In a different world, in Trump cosplay Fantasyland, he would announce these things. You make a very fair point that there's a lot of questions about the underlying authority. But he would announce something and then folks would run away and cower. That's the story he sold to his voters for sure. Explain to us how the actual mechanism of the threat and tariff and what they could do in return left them in such a strong position against President Trump.
Well, the main thing to understand is that there is no such thing as a U.S. manufacturing sector. We've had NAFTA, we've had a free trade area for almost 30 years now, and we have deeply integrated manufacturing. If you ask, where was a car? If you buy an American car, where was the car actually made? And the answer is, well, that's complicated. Pieces of it were made in all three countries, components made across the board so many times, which means that even just the U.S. imposing tariffs is imposing a lot of costs on our own industry. And if Canada and Mexico respond in kind, then they're further raising the costs. It hurts them, but it also hurts us. We're kind of in a situation where we're all in a position to inflict a lot of damage because this is, not our. We become mutually dependent, and unlike U.S. politicians who run and hide under the table when Trump says next word, Mexicans and Mexican and Canadian politicians have to answer to their voters, and we'll right, and we'll want to stand up. What was interesting was this was a classic. Bully runs away at the first sign of a real confrontation.
All really fair. You look at the election I mentioned, and I think you and I and others we could debate for hours which thing really drove what in the election. And I think there's a tendency, I won't speak for you, you're a Nobel-winning economist, so you obviously use real metrics, professor. Over here, politics and they tend to be over-explained or over-determined. So all that, Donald Trump people around him claim that Biden didn't handle the economy well enough, and that they benefited from concern about prices and inflation. I want to play a little bit of that because, again, from what you're teaching us tonight, it sounds like the exact opposite thing you would do if you wanted to help people Donald Trump.
Groceries. Very simple word, groceries. Like almost, who uses the word? I started using the word groceries.
If vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. It'll also make your grocery bill later. I have more complaints on grocery.
Groceries, that word groceries, Professor. What is his plan, which he claims would still kick in a month potentially? Would it raise, leave the same, or lower grocery prices here in America?
Take a look at the labels on the fruit and vegetables in your supermarket. An awful lot of them are coming from Mexico. Some are coming from Canada. You put a tax on, basically a sales tax on groceries from our neighboring countries. You think they're going to get cheaper? I mean, that's crazy. It never made any sense at all. And he's never had any into a plan to bring grocery prices down. Basically, he sort of admitted that you can't, that there's really no way to do that. And why would you, and so to the extent that at least voters were unhappy about grocery prices, and we can go on and on about, didn't wage growth at least match that, but never mind. The point is that this is a plan to definitely worsen the one thing that voters most consistently complain about.
So do you expect any actual binding short, medium, long-term tariffs to be instituted by President Trump, or what we're witnessing today is blinking is sort of going to become the norm, right?
I have no idea. I mean, we're trying to understand a particular man's mind, and not one of the minds I particularly want to understand that well. But he's on one hand, he's going to be getting a lot of taunts about how you back down, and that might make him decide to go for it, not to know. Or he may have learned his lesson that he can't actually bully other countries that easily. It could go either way. I think is important to understand is that this is not a case of no harm, no foul. The mere fact that we came within an inch of having a massive trade war, which was definitely, we have a binding agreement on trade with Canada and Mexico. It's not something where the President of the United States can say, well, I don't feel like honoring that agreement. Or if he does, he's basically saying that the United States is not a trustworthy partner. An agreement with the United States is not really paper spending on. So, and this is going to have a long-term effect on our credibility. Businesses are going to plan for the possibility of future tariffs, even if they didn't happen this month. So that's going to raise costs. This is all, and then, like I said, although I'm really glad that he backed down, that itself doesn't help our credibility either. The United States is in a measurably better position on world stage than it was a week ago.
Yeah, well, you put it sharply, which is why we wanted to, it's a big story. We wanted to get some understanding of it. And you're an economic expert. Before I'll let you go, you left after a long time with the New York Times. We noted that on air. You write your newsletter now. You've sort of written in there for those who are interested in the circumstances of your departure. Do you feel that the New York Times and other media, quite frankly, are taking up the right approach and being sort of, without fear of favor, able to cover this administration, which is threatened journalists, which is covered going after the rule of law in various ways? Is there any thoughts you want to share about that? Your former employee of the Times, or how the journalistic community should approach this right now?
I mean, the conventional news media are in that. So, I depend upon reporting from my old employer, depend upon reporting from other news organizations. But there's definitely same washing that goes on. Definitely an unwillingness to just flatly report the thing. We had crazy stuff that was true during the campaigns, even more so now. And it really, all you do is read the papers, that you don't get all of that. So this is why I'm happy to be now free to have a very substantial subscription base already, and to be able to talk about this stuff without trying to sound moderate and sensible, because these are not moderate and sensible times.
And to be clear, I don't want to put any words in your mouth as a journalist. You mentioned stain washing, or the sort of approach of giving excessive or not entirely factual credence to something for empirical and rhetorical reasons. Are you concerned that's happening in journalism? Are you concerned that's happening in the New York Times?
Oh, I think yes. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't want to trash my employer. Do not drop your subscription to the New York Times. It's an essential news source. But you definitely, most data takes the form of a sort of flattening. That everything becomes, you don't get the full sense. You just don't. I mean, if you read Elon Musk's attack on USAID, the critical agency, did you read that he called it evil? That he said all of the staff are left-wing Marxists who hate America? I think you probably may not have seen that, or it was downplayed. It was in paragraph 19, and that's why I don't think the media are accurately conveying about the attack on Musk.
Are Jay-Z and Beyonce getting a divorce? Now, I asked the question if they were. I didn't say that they are, so do not twist my words.
I don't hear all that.
What's going on, everybody? Tomorrow is going to be historic. I know some of us haven't slept much, and I know some of you are saying, I want to pause in the market, chill. No, get extremely ready, because our surveillance press conference on digital assets mentioned before in previous video, but I just want to make a dedicated info so you're aware. Plus, Eric Trump just did something, posted something on X that you don't want to miss. I just bought that because he said it. Why not? Guys, you remember how we all kind of go crazy during the FOMC with Jerome Powell, the Fed? Then this is going to bring absolutely everybody. We're all going to be live. That's how big it is, because the crypto czar, David Sachs, and more people from the government are going to be speaking on digital assets. All ranges, all topics. So they actually know. They're the ones who tell Trump, right? But Trump knows he's crazy. He's a good one. He's the executioner. But these are the people who actually work behind the scenes and know what's going on with crypto. Let me tell you the full story, guys. Oh man, just drop a like, guys. Consider subscribing to the channel and turn on those notifications so this message goes out there to new investors who are trying to come to crypto, and we help them get the knowledge they deserve. And we appreciate you guys for always choosing us. I'm going to go ahead and show you right now on the screen. What you got to know, this is, in my humble opinion, a big day, because we haven't seen ever a crypto press conference. And just think about it. From the government, no. Obviously, you go to a Bitcoin conference, yes, you can hear anything about Bitcoin or so, but this is not a Bitcoin press conference, right? This is a digital assets press conference. So let's check it out, fam, and let's send it to the roof, because you take a look at the prices, they came back up, from the crash. Now things are, okay, so what's next? I'm looking at BTC, I'm looking at XRP. I mean, XRP did a phenomenal job, right? Which, by the way, I also want to tell you about the 2000 XRP giveaway, first thing down below, just later. Now, David Sachs says the following: President Trump's White House AI and crypto czar, Senate Banking Committee Chairman, Senate Agriculture Committee Chairman, House Financial Services Chairman, House Agriculture Committee Chairman will host. So it's a lot of big people. The press conference tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, to discuss how the Trump administration and Congress will work together to secure America as a leader in the digital asset industry ecosystem. Plus, he said, and I played this video for everybody at the Bitcoin conference 2024. He said that he's gonna help us pump and drive crypto to levels that we've never seen before. He said it in his own words. So I'm like, that's it, right? So it's gonna happen in Washington, guys, and all of these people are gonna be there. Tim Scott, John, French Hill, and Mr. Thompson. Now, if you like that, now wait to see this from Eric Trump 5 hours ago. In my opinion, it's a great time to add Ethereum. What's happening after a while? They have a bunch of ETH. They have millions of ETH, and they were down bad. So I think this, obviously, in my opinion, because he's not trying to say buy Ethereum, right? Not financial advice, but he knows he's down. Trump is down on ETH, and they have to pump it back. Right now, if you do ETH, it's everywhere. People are going crazy for it. They're like, here, Ethereum price surge. Like, here. Is this a hint of something coming tomorrow? Maybe, because David Sachs and Eric Trump, they talk every single day, probably about crypto. They ETH pump again. So it's good. People are watching, and honestly, guys, I'm bullish. Also, earlier today, Trump creates the wealth fund, and I said TikTok. So that happened earlier today. I mean, I think it's pretty cool and bullish, for crypto and for the economy. I think this is something that you guys really have to have in the back of your mind. Join us. We'll be live. I want to see the entire community pumping, and I want you all to also to get some free XRP and trade, because at the end of the day, if we take a look at this one, guys, it makes total sense. We really crushed it. When we bought close to the bottom. You gotta be buying when others are selling. You gotta be selling when others are buying, which that means in the bull market. And we'll eventually tell you guys once I'm actually taking some profits. This is the person down below. You'll come and join us on BTCC, guys. You know, your account, and you'll have a chance to get some great XRP. 2,000 total XRP giveaway starts today, and we're gonna be choosing some winners here thanks to BTCC. So sign up, create your account up to 10,000 welcome bonus too. So there's a bunch of bonuses that I think you might be interested. So check it out, fam, and thank you for joining us too. Now, I want to play this, which this was back in late January, but still, I think if you don't know who David Sachs is, this might help you. It's 40 seconds, really quick. Help you know who this person is trying to get crypto in the eyes of everyone in the US.
Executive order promoting cryptocurrencies while paving the way for a national cryptocurrency stockpile and banning central bank digital currencies. Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, is applauding the move. Have a listen.
He's directed our working group to produce a regulatory framework that's going to encourage innovation in crypto in the United States, keeping the industry onshore rather than driving it offshore, which is what was happening under the Biden administration. We want that innovation happening here in the United States, and I think it now will happen in the United States, because President Trump is clear that the U.S. must be the crypto capital of the world.
All right, that is a beautiful sound, the crypto capital of the world. It's true. And if that happens, which is fine, I mean, we don't have any XRP ETF live right now, a bunch of applications. We don't have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. We don't have it yet. We don't have a crypto stockpile. We don't have it. We barely have a few ETFs, Blackboard, and other different asset managers. They're killing it. I mean, guys, we're not extremely early, from 2011 and 12 and 14, when nobody knew what crypto was and what Bitcoin was, just kind of like for illegal activities, right? But now things have changed, and now the government is for it. So as I'm telling you guys, this one, it's gonna be really good. I think prepare for tomorrow. Honestly, get ready, guys. If you're holding crypto, this is gonna be a must for you to watch. Whatever you want, right? It's gonna be on X, it's gonna be on YouTube. People are gonna be live streaming it, I think. And I will be here to show you guys the reaction on the markets. Also, what else do we have right here? Oh, a few hours ago today, that's him, David Sachs, and he is outspoken. He's vocal, right? And look at who's replying to Elon. They know each other, of course. They know each other. They're like, hey, audit Ukraine, audit the audit too, right? Because as you know, Elon Musk is with Doge, the Department of Government Efficiency. They're cutting expenses, man, and they're finding new things. So it's in a way like great stuff, because why would we as taxpayers want to spend on something that makes no sense and it's just a load up? You know what? I mean, it's not really a wise use of the taxpayer money, right? So instead, why don't we go ahead and invest in things that people want to use and it has utility and has a future, and that is crypto and these technologies, everybody. So that's what I'm saying, guys. The time is now to invest. The time is now to be bullish. I know that DeepSeek came. I know that right now with the tariffs, but take a look at the price recovery. Guys, take a look at the price recovery on everything. On XRP, on BTC, on SUI, not so much in Ethereum actually, but there were a few that complete 50% reversal, 40% pump, many millionaires, and that helped. So I did buy the dip. I have some more money to keep buying and have fun with this, because at the end of the day, we already made our positions months ago. So we're just looking ahead. I want you to be fair. Thanks for watching, guys. That's it. Sign up on BTCC. I'll see you next time. Peace.
All right, so let's talk about one of the craziest stories in crypto right now, Ripple. Ripple has been on a tear. It's one of the best performing crypto assets this year, beating Gary Gensler's multi-year lawsuit, launching a new stablecoin. The West Coast of the United States has historically been a huge success story for From a car thief in Georgia who survived multiple pit maneuvers, and a fleeing SUV in Milwaukee that wound up in a frozen creek, to a driver in a Crown Vic who decided to take on the Georgia State Police, and much more. Here are 7 police chases you wouldn't believe if not filmed. It's July 3rd of 2023. Highway patrol officers in St. Augustine, Florida are in hot pursuit of a maniac weaving between cars in his black SUV. Public safety didn't matter to this guy. He would risk every single life on the highway if it meant escaping with his. Police needed to get this lunatic off the road. They'd be lucky if this chase ended without somebody getting seriously hurt.
It's like, stop.
Wasn't on their side this time.
Thank you. You good for peeing on the floor when you sit there.
According to police, the white car you saw approaching struck our suspect before he jumped over the road barrier. Somehow, he managed to stay on his feet and froggered his way across the other lanes. Police chased him into the woods, where they arrested him moments later. We never learned the suspect's name or why the police were chasing him in the first place. Somebody so desperate to get away must know they're in big trouble. We wouldn't be surprised if the car was stolen, or if this suspect had several illegal items on his person.
Control.
January 11th of 2024. Police in Milwaukee, Wisconsin are on the lookout for a white SUV wanted in connection with a recent abduction. According to reports, someone had stolen a running car with a 7-year-old child inside. They later abandoned the car and the kid, only to steal another ride, this time a white Kia SUV. Around 11:15 that morning, 2 officers spotted the stolen Kia near Teutonia and Hadley Road. They spun around to stop the car, at which point the driver sped away. That gave them all the proof they needed. These guys had something to do with the stolen cars and the abducted child. Now all they had to do was catch them, which is easier said than done on these icy streets.
We got the abduction key out here. Let us leave.
Watch it, please.
Boy, 169, 10 pursuit. He's on Captain from Teutonia.
Wanna get some doggies? Wanna get some doggies? Here you go, some doggies.
This is how you act when you see this make a TV. Don't jump in. Come on, just think it don't want to back.
They're wrong. This coach is just teaching underwater breathing techniques.
You're trying to get me in.
No.
Ready?
This buddy knows exactly who the real boss of the house is.
Take your paw off the printer. Off.
Working from home is fun, but with this co-worker, your work will never meet the deadline.
Let's see.
That's not being a good boy. I'll get you back up.
$37, motherfucker. Yes, this is in order.
So Wiley, get down. What are you doing? Get down.
Now the kitchen is no longer just for food.
You're that dog.
Just watch doggies.
This is the greatest day of my life. Oh no.
Look, puppies. That's what you were 4 weeks ago.
Puppy attack.
That's you. Busybodies, they went real to bed. Social media got me fired. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Tatiana. This is Shelly from HR.
From HR, okay. No, I don't remember you, but what's going on?
I'm getting just a tad tired of your attitude problem.
We had a discussion a couple weeks ago about your absenteeism and this.
Punctuality is something I demand from my employees. I need them to show up on time.
Do you know what time you have to be clocked in at work?
6 o'clock.
Yeah, 6 a.m.
I ain't doing shit at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
So unfortunately, on 7/18, you clocked in at 6:12. We had a discussion about that.
12 minutes.
So? Yeah, but you know they're waiting on you to be there, clocked in and ready to work. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So your employment is really going to be terminated as of today.
You're fired!
Right now, it's a trend of people getting fired on social media or because of social media. We're going to look at how people really don't respect their jobs anymore.
Fuck my job. Fuck a job.
What it look like TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Barnell Hill.
Did you miss me?
Your very own spokesman for the Insidians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today we're going to get into this rash outbreak of people that's getting fired on social media or because of social media, or they're getting tired on social media because of social media. It's crazy. Social media is truly out here destroying people's lives. Well, we're going to get into this first lady, and she has the most mysterious case of getting fired because of social media ever, because she gives up no details, which tells me she was 100% in the wrong.
To the person that
Here.
said that video to
Come here.
corporate and got me fired.
Come here.
Thank you.
Don't be ridiculous. Here. Thank you.
And I know that everybody is going to see this video too, and that's okay. I'm going to say anything wrong. Did I
Like that.
realize that
Can't
what I was
destroy
saying in that video was going to
Can't
be
destroy
because-
that.
No, I would have never fucking done that.
I didn't know it.
But it seems like with my life, no matter how hard I try, I end up shut up. But I know that everything happens for a reason. And I may not know right now what that reason is.
My name is
But
Overbite.
eventually
I
God
got an
will realize
Overbite.
me. I love helping addicts. I love helping people. This job stressed me out some days, but I didn't care because it was worth it because I was helping people. I have no idea what I'm going to do. My daughter is about to go to college, and I don't know now how I'm going to pay for that, but I know that I'll figure it out. And if you want to send this video to corporate too, that's fine. But to anybody that creates content, if you work at a treatment facility, if you work in healthcare, watch what you say very carefully.
You don't have to be a genius to figure that out, Lucky.
Because it doesn't matter if you don't speak somebody's name. Just describing a situation is enough to get you fired. I did not know that.
Yeah, they
Okay,
start this shit
I
too.
sure do now.
You gonna learn today.
I don't know what I'm meant to do in this life. I don't know where I'm supposed to be. I am trying to follow the path that I thought God had
I
for
hear
me
that.
and wanted for me. But I just keep getting thrown in different ways. Maybe I make stupid decisions. Yes. Nailed it. But my intentions are always good.
I'm not buying it, man. I'm sorry. On that one, you was giving up every detail except for what the video was about. So that leads me to believe that you knew the video was inappropriate and you shouldn't have been, broadcasting that from the job at work.
You know what you're doing.
And for anybody that works in healthcare or social services, you cannot have these phones at work. And y'all need to stick around to the last video because the last video is a healthcare video and it's going to shock you. But you guys are getting clipped left and right, bringing these phones to these nursing jobs and these drug rehab jobs. And I don't fault them. Nobody wants their inner workings of their organization broadcasted online. But anyway, we're going to move on to this next guy. And he lost his job. And to me, he should have read the room.
I just got fired from my job because the coworker told the owner that I was making a TikTok.
Is this some kind of sick joke?
Mind you, this is like the second time I ever worked with this dude, right? So last Friday, we was at a client's house. You know, we bringing stuff in out the truck. We had contractors there. They had to cut off some breaking some tile before we can even get started on the install. So after we finished bringing all the stuff in, we just sitting around because we got to wait for him to finish. So I went to the van. I start making the TikTok, pull my phone out, hit the record button. He hit the corner. I'm like, hey, bro, you messed up my TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Joking and shit.
I'm just kidding. But seriously.
He was like, bro, you making TikTok? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna knock one out real quick. He was like, bro, this is your full-time job. Like, well, you should be making TikTok.
People are fucking lame.
I'm like, bro, we're not doing nothing. And I make money off here. So this is like a part-time job. It take 2 minutes.
People are
He was
lame.
like, all right. After that conversation, I was like, okay, I know what type of dude this is. He pissed off. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it. He tried to play it off, but he making remarks like, you know, next week, you know, Rand will be out here, or Rand the shades expert now, knowing damn well he's gonna go to the owner and tell him to fire my ass. Apparently, I'm like the 8th person this dude that got fired. Like, he don't even work out here. He work out in Florida, but he was only back in Louisiana for a week to help with some shit off for the holidays or whatever. The owner was like, hey man, we need to talk.
They did that.
I've been hearing like you've been on your phone all day, you make TikToks all day, work not getting done, so we can go ahead and part ways. I was like, bro, I don't be on my phone all day.
Right.
I was like, if I make a TikTok in downtime. He was like, well, we usually don't have downtime. I said, we got that in downtime.
I'll say it.
I'm sorry, but I gotta interrupt. But this right here is exactly why we don't like you little social media cats at work. Because now you in front of the boss, letting the boss know that we got plenty of downtime trying to defend your little foolishness because you decided to do the TikToks with the wrong person.
I hear
You're
that.
right, Mr. Miyagi. My fault, Mr. Miyagi. My fault, y'all.
I was like, but you know what, man, it is what it is. I just want to clarify that shit. But you just going off of what he told you. And also, if somebody else fell through the roof that same day, they also got fired too.
Once again, another person that's not taking responsibility for their actions. No, he didn't get you fired. You got yourself fired because you wasn't dumb enough to peep that when you first pulled the phone out, my man wasn't with it. Yes, you may have a lot of downtime, and that may be perfectly fine if you're working with the next guy or the other guy. But obviously, this guy wasn't cool with you doing TikToks while y'all was waiting. So instead of you reading the room and saying, well, I'll just fall back, I can't do them today because this guy right here ain't into that. He ain't going to extend me that liberty. Nah, you wanted to take the liberty upon yourself. And he told the owner room.
That's weird. I'm telling.
You wasn't working with somebody that was cool. It doesn't matter what you feel like the job should be. You got to go with the job as the job was going. And if you had somebody that was militant as a partner, then you got to move militant. So that's on you.
You did it. I didn't. You did it.
So we're going to move on to this next lady. And we're going to see if she decides to take responsibility for her social media antics.
Employment offer has been rescinded due to a social media video of yours that surfaced and was brought to our attention.
What about?
We come to the job interview, so it was a problem with me saying that I got a job with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not at liberty to go into detail, but it was due to the social media video and content. It was seen by our Human Resources Department and was determined to rescind your employment offer for January 13th.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Fuck them jobs. You make more money on
No problem. Thank you for giving me the update.
You're welcome, Tempest. Have a good day, all right?
You're welcome. But you just ruined my whole.
Well, if I needed a sign to take social media serious, that was it. God, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Jesus, if it works, nothing.
Because clearly,
You
I
ain't
cannot
get no
get
job. I got a
myself
social
on the
job.
job.
I might get a job for that.
Right, for gold. This new straight jacket.
So the lesson that she learned from recording her interview and putting it on social media,
Recording her interview,
that
that's
job wasn't going to allow her to be herself, that she needs to dive head first into social media. Okay. She did not get the message that maybe I need to leave social media alone when I'm applying and trying to get these jobs. She didn't come up with that message. Somehow she came out with the adverse message. We in trouble, y'all.
We have a problem. We have a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems.
But anyway, let's go back to the lady from the intro because she didn't get fired just for being late one time.
Okay, can you? I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
Yeah. Hi, Tanya. This is Shelly from HR.
I would have just said you had the job.
HR, okay. No, I don't remember you, but what's going on?
Well, we had a discussion a couple weeks ago about your absenteeism and tardiness.
Okay.
Do you know what time you have to be clocked in at work?
6 o'clock.
Yeah. 6 a.m.
Okay.
So unfortunately, on 7/18, you clocked in at 6:12. We
Wow.
had a discussion about that.
12 minutes.
Yeah, but they're waiting on you to be there and clocked in and ready to work.
Okay. Okay.
So your employment is really going to be terminated as of today because also on 7/28 you clocked in at 6:21.
21 minutes.
Damn. I'm
Yes,
aggravated.
that's 21 minutes of company time.
But I still work though. Like I still like. Why didn't y'all tell me that today when I was just at work?
Because I handle all the HR, so they wanted me to call you because we had that discussion. Remember about
That was the day that I let my. All right, keep going.
So you were also on 8/8. You clocked in at like 6:32.
Okay, so I let my cousin use my car the night before, and he didn't bring it. He overslept or something. He didn't bring it back till the morning. So like, I still made it.
Literally like 9 days after we talked. So, and then on 8/12, you just did a no-call, no-show.
That was my birthday. August 12th. That's my birthday. Like, I already told you.
That was my birthday. I ain't coming in.
But y'all know, that's my birthday. I'm not. No, that's fine. All right. Okay.
Even I worked on my birthday.
That's my birthday.
Y'all too grown.
I ain't coming on my
Unfortunately, I
birthday.
just need you to turn your keys in.
I'll be there tomorrow. So that's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Definitely a rock.
No.
You got the same tail.
She really recorded that and posted it online because she thought that she was done unfair.
A miniature
She was
rival.
talking, she was laughing off 21 minutes. You're a whole third of an hour late talking about, so what? Nobody cares if your cousin had your car. You an adult talking about your birthday. Our job's important to y'all. I'm telling you. I think it's the fact that everybody has in the back of their mind, they'll just go get some welfare or it's always some help, that they're not respecting their jobs. Let's get to this next guy and see why he ended up losing his job.
You bitch just got fired. Just like that, the Steakhouse Chronicles come to an end. Today I came in for my shift, and right before I clocked in, my boss said, "Wait, Kate, can you come here for a second?" And I walk into this little room, and there is the general manager sitting there with a piece of paper on the table, and she said,
"No hard feelings, but I hate you. Not joking.
You've been made aware of the videos you posted. Please sign your termination papers as you no longer work here." And I said, "I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Here's your apron. Here's your pepper grinder. Goodbye." Signed that paper, and I walked my pretty ass out. And I will never, ever, ever be returning to that steakhouse where they do not care about their employees, not an apology, not an explanation, not a word in sight. And I left there with a smile on my face, knowing that I will no longer be treated by their disrespect and false policies.
That's like me.
Yeah, it sucks getting exposed, doesn't it? Maybe if you just follow the rules and give your employees an ounce of respect, people wouldn't have to cancel your company on the internet. But they did. So, CEOs, I still don't want to get sued, but people are talking in the comments. They know what steakhouse this is. Go find it in the comments. Go hate on them. Go point them to the labor board because this place, they suck my. Someone releases cockroaches in that damn building because I will never be eating them ever in my life.
See you when I see you. Goodbye.
Ask those workers. I hope they enjoy their life. I will no longer be in it. Thank you to everyone who tuned into the Steakhouse Chronicles. Wow, has it been a wild ride and adventure. I hope everyone enjoyed the crazy stories and the craziness that went down. I honestly do not even care that I was fired. I already am on to bigger and better things. Adios, bitches. Tune in for more drama. I don't even know what's happening this summer, but who knows what's next. I love you guys so much for all your support. And honestly, this is the best thing that could have happened because working there every day was draining the life out of me. So adios, Steakhouse Chronicles. Adios, Steakhouse. And we are off to Paris soon, bitches. I love all you guys so much more than those nasty bitches. Thanks for tuning in. It's been so much fun on this series.
You know, you're about as annoying as a condom filled with fire ants. How's that for a metaphor?
I don't know about y'all, but as soon as he said there'll be no more Steakhouse Chronicles, I knew exactly why he got fired, and it's his own darn fault.
You brought this on yourself.
How the hell are you trying to run a TikTok series out of your job? I know you was in the way of the job. I know the job didn't want you recording every day from inside the job. And how did you think that the job was going to be cool with you running a whole Steakhouse series while you're on the clock? Come on now, dog.
Come on, no.
Come on, man. Come on, man. People. You are there to perform a service. And you're not, and the part that pisses me off the most is you're not screwing whatever company that you work for. You're screwing the people that you work with that's in the same boat with you. Everybody's supposed to go to work, focus on the task at hand, then take their behinds home. You're not supposed to be at work doing the Steakhouse Chronicles. That's why you got your ass fired. But we're going to move on to this next guy. And this thing ended up becoming a saga. He was recording himself at Popeyes, and things went left really fast.
Biscuits will never be dry on my ship.
Nigga, buttering the shit out of him. Yo, let me get some of them biscuits. Don't do nothing stupid to him, please.
Now, that was nice and funny because Popeyes biscuits are always dry. I'm not even going front. If I go to Popeyes, I want him back there making my biscuits because that's about how much Popeyes biscuits are needed.
Give me them. Give me all of them you got. Put some money on them hoes.
But anyway, we're going to move on to the aftermath of that video.
Well, I just got fired. Like, really? Over some biscuits? Come on, Popeyes. They don't know. Like, I really wanted to work for y'all. I really genuinely want to work for y'all. Y'all just gonna fire me. Like for real, I don't even know what I'm gonna do then. I don't know what I'm going to do. Get a job, sir. I'm over here trying to move. In the middle of moving, I gotta pay the election company to switch right here. I gotta pay. Man, this is some bull. Look, I can't even cry. I can't even cry. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't even cry. Like, this is some bull. If any of y'all got some jobs out there, please let your boy know. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. My background is clean, squeaky clean. I need a job. What can I do?
So as you can imagine, the internet was furious.
It's really unfair. It's really unfair.
The one man in America that makes Popeye's biscuits the right way, and Popeye's fired him.
That's just one.
And everybody was speculating because he missed that one biscuit. But it wasn't because he missed that one biscuit. This is where the saga begins.
One thing about it, two things for certain, they ain't fired that Popeye's biscuit guy over missing that one biscuit. They fired him for all the new workouts he was doing. Stop connecting your social media to your workplace. They are two separate entities and should be kept as such.
I'm sickened, but curious.
So he didn't get fired over that video. There was more stuff on his social media. As you can hear by the details, I wasn't willing to go to my man's social media. I just had to take somebody else's word for it, what was going on. So we're going to hear this lady break down for us what was on Popeye's man's social media.
So did y'all come across that video of that dude that worked at Popeyes and he was wearing the biscuits and he had missed one biscuit and everybody who was in the comment was telling him like he missed one biscuit. So update from him, Popeyes fired him. They want to say Popeyes fired him over some biscuits, but come on, dude. We know the real. Because if you go on his page and you keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling down to the content he used to do when he was working out, the biscuits that he was displaying at Popeyes didn't get him fired. He was displaying his own biscuits on TikTok. That's what kind of them buttery biscuits behind you, them buttery biscuits you got back there. Yeah, that's what he got fired.
Twerking up there. Acting like a nasty boy.
Not only he was displaying his biscuits, but he was displaying his elephant trunk in the front. Like, he
he bugged.
shit over him.
I mean,
Like,
we all
you know how I mean fired even no biscuit. I'm not going to comment on his video telling him that he missed one biscuit. But she think
He missed one biscuit.
I want to see his ass. Is you cool? You displaying your ass on your TikTok and got the nerve to go do butter and biscuits and Popeyes in their uniform and they go look on your page, they comment on your page. Because the video went viral. They get to look at it, keep scrolling, you displaying your ass, no butter and biscuits. Is you cool? That's why you got fired, so stop doing it. Stop playing people on her. We know the real. The real. That's made this way.
Once again, somebody else fired because they're social media. You would have never got fired if you would have never made the initial picture of the business. Nobody would have been scrolling all the way down on your social media. And if you went into freak nasty, then you really don't need to have your social media anywhere near your job. You people need to think, man.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
And plus, you are at the job just to perform a task. We're going to move on to the worst of the worst in this video. You are going to be totally shocked by this next one. This next one is a healthcare video, and this lady is actually trying to justify her actions. It is absolutely disgusting.
The healthcare worker that's dancing on top of
she is wilding now.
Is not what it is. Trust me. All I say for now is Angles play a big part, but we're going to get to that another time. Okay.
Angles play a big part. Angles? Angles?
Just trying to say, nah. I'm verbal. Trust me, he's verbal. And if he's not verbal to his chance, then I don't know what was going on with him, but around here, he's verbal. And I got proof. What you said? You want to get a hug? Okay. He was very aware of competency, so let me stop jumping to conclusions, even though they have to see how you look, but trust me, not that. And that's what I have to say to him. You're disgusting.
I just have one question to ask everybody out there. It's a serious question. If it was a male caretaker in this video and it was a female patient, would you be calling for that person to be locked up? Female patient. That's an honest and serious question because I believe that if it was a male caretaker and a female patient, the caretaker would be going to jail.
Definitely don't send it to YouTube. YouTube be taking all your money.
In fact,
and tell you,
we gonna
get it like a year.
And try to make it seem like this was just, a normal day. And they were just quote unquote having fun.
I'll take the monetized money, but
it's absolutely sick, man. And then to record it on top of all of it,
any other
pretty
way,
much goes to show that you really see nothing wrong with this behavior. You think it's cute and funny. You don't know how much healthcare costs per day if you have a family member that's incapacitated. Do you know how much this costs per day? To open up your phone one day and see your family member getting a lap dance. It wasn't even a lap dance. He was getting a head dance. Like, this is one of the most disrespectful videos that I've seen on social media, and I can't even really joke about it. But anyway, man, this was a bunch of videos of people getting fired from their job because of social media. Y'all need to always remember, man, you work for a company, but you work with people that's in the same boat as you. And they're there to do a task, and you got to be there to do your task. And if everybody focuses on the task at hand, work will be a whole lot smoother. But right now, y'all got these corporations and these jobs and positions where everybody feels like the job need to be molded to fit their every need. And it's impossible for jobs to accomplish that. So until this whole culture of work shifts back to we're here to do the job, and the job is the most important thing while we're here for 8 hours, not TikTok, not how I feel, not what I'm going through at home. We're here to do the job. Until we get back to that,
we're gonna have issues and struggles. There's gonna be people making TikToks and getting fired and acting like they don't know why, and it's gonna continue to spiral out of control. But anyway, man, y'all hit me up in the comments section. Tell me how y'all feel about this one.
Tell me how you feel about what just happened.
I didn't think that this was a video. You are my MVP.
It was a stone truth, my man.
I got the damn remote on the phone. Stupid.
Everybody, welcome. We have a fantastic show for that. We're going to do a program later on in the program. We're going to be talking to comedian, writer, director, auteur, Mo Hammer. That's very excited about that.
Respectful. Let's check out what Jim Jones had to say on this topic. This is Jim Jones speaking.
Now it's official that he's really suing.
Hit that like button if you just came in first.
How many niggas you know got lawsuits? How many niggas is different? How? How many niggas in you know got lawsuit money? How's it different? He's in a different world, nigga. That's his look. I feel like where the lawsuit's coming from. Listen to me. Listen to where it comes from. It's coming from rap beef. That's giving them the motive to have the long thing about this shit wrong. You think about it bad, but you think about rap beef that's imaginary to the people. You think it's playing on the highest level of fucking entertainment.
So Jim Jones say that we all looking at it wrong. I got the poll in the chat right now, and you guys vote on the poll in the chat and let me know if you guys think that we're looking at it wrong and that Drake is justified for going to get the bag from UNG with these lawsuits.
$1 billion game. Now, if he catch $1 billion game in the midst of a rap beef, shit me. I think reputation matters. I think it matters. Bro, he's not snitching on nobody. He's catching on nobody. Let's get this together. And he's not in a court of law. He's not having a personal suing against Kendrick Lamar, which everybody seems to think that this lawsuit is about. He didn't sue Kendrick Lamar. He sued UNG, which is the biggest company and has the biggest bag, nigga. You think I ain't gonna sue Amazon if I ain't get a chance to? He's suing everybody, nigga. Any one of them companies I get a chance to play at that level to sue for billions, I'm going for it, nigga. Are you crazy? I feel like it's unreal.
I'm looking at you guys in the chat. I want to see what you guys say about this, man, because this is crazy. Hit that like button if you just came in. Let's keep the lights up. In the chat, y'all know release them, but this is, from my perspective, I don't think Jim Jones is correct. And I think he's looking at it like we're calling Drake or holding Drake to the standards of a dude from the street, and we don't. We just saying, as a man, it's hypocritical what Drake is doing. I don't let it think.
Of what? In a rap game. Of what? I'm never going to use a beef as a way to sue. You're making up your own unwritten rules. If he was suing Kendrick Lamar for defamation of character directly, people got to say to him, people in the hip hop game should be in an uproar. I always say this. Well, when a nigga, Tracy Morgan just put that bag. He was happy for him, right? It was crazy. You never gonna happy about somebody to get a bag from one of the biggest companies that been raping everybody anyway. So if it was on the flip side, then a coalition of our small rappers would come together and be like, we're suing UNG for money retroactive for all of the bullshit games they've been playing and shit like that. It would have been, hip hop wins, we're for the culture. But because this man is smart enough to use his turbulence, you know what, video picture, which never was ever be in the mold anyway.
I'm saying what I'm saying in the chat. Y'all calling Jimmy a rap for this? Saying Fed Jones, I ain't gonna go that far. But I don't agree with him. I get what he's saying from the perspective of the hood. Like, in the street, people might feel like, you know, if you get a chance to sue Amazon, if you get a chance to sue Walmart, UNG is the music industry version of those type of companies. But it's the context that Jim is ignoring. Like, the context of what, like somebody said, Jim Jones and Lord Jamar making your dumb everything. Hey, Lord Jamar, should I talk about that? Put one in the chat if y'all want to talk about Lord Jamar and the flat earth thing. I thought that was hilarious. Maybe we'll get to that later. But Jim is looking at it from the perspective of like an employee at Walmart, suing Walmart because he slipped and fell. And that's not the context of what Drake is doing with UNG. But let's let Jimmy finish. We'll break it down after.
So we're doing G, bro. I understand that. Yeah, you're talking about something you never ever understand the in and outs of when you come into that type of money. You heard? But when you deal with the media, that's what we do. That's behind everything. And when you deal with rap and hip hop, they twist everything. But this has no reflection of the street and the code of snitching on big old. You know what real snitch is? I never always stand to tell you, but
nobody's calling Drake a snitch on the street.
You said it's a certain code against the rap culture. He's not keeping it tall. Don't say nothing. He said, no, I'm not
Hold on. Before we continue with this, I see y'all in the chat policing it. Salute to y'all. Y'all said the lights ain't a half. Come on, y'all hit that like button. If you watch it, just hit the like button. That's all. I don't ask much. You know, I don't even ask everybody to hit the button. I just ask 50% of the people hit the button. That's it. I trust that we're gonna get them lights up. I see everybody, all my subscribers in the chat policing. Like, we ain't just gonna let the people that don't subscribe here come here and listen to the content and enjoy the content, and they don't do what they're supposed to do. I salute y'all. I appreciate y'all for policing. Let's hit that like button if you just came in, guys. Please. I'm gonna let Jim Jones rock out, and then we're gonna keep going. But I trust that y'all gonna look out for me like I'm looking out for y'all.
That's what we do. That's behind everything. And when you deal with rap and hip hop, it twists everything. But this has no reflection of the street and the code of snitching on big old. You know what real snitch is? I never called you to say it. I'm just telling you, but this is what it insinuates and shit like that. When you just said it's a certain code against the rap culture, that means that was his code. He's not keeping it tall. Don't say nothing because you said, no, I'm not able to go. You said there was an unwritten rule that he shouldn't have did that. That means what is the unwritten rule? I'm talking about rap battle. This ain't got nothing to do with rap battle. This ain't got nothing to do with it. That's what song is out.
Jim Trippin.
For song is out.
It got everything to do with that rap battle. Drake is suing because of that rap battle.
It won't bubble us out. Whatever the people perception of him winning or losing is out. He said, cool. That's how you'll feel cool. Oh, we open the door for Pandora's box. Oh, get him. 2 million. I'm going to get 3 million. But yeah, we're going after the nigga. It's a whole different game. You're associating motherfucking Brussels sprouts with apples and shit. I think they're really different things. You can go about doing certain things. It's just how you go about it. Well, I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him soon. Universal. I'm not mad at that. I'm not. I'm just mad that he's using Kendrick homie get hit by a car and sue for 50,000. He's like, oh, I got a lawsuit money. I caught these niggas.
Getting hit by a car and suing for $50 ain't the same as what Drake doing, bro. And Drake is using. Jim is wrong on this, I think. I would disagree with Jim. You know what I mean? Like Drake is using Kendrick Lamar's lawsuit or Kendrick Lamar's song to sue. It's the whole catalyst of the lawsuit. And we got the paperwork on the lawsuit. Hold on. And I got the entire lawsuit and everything he said.
Damn, shares.
Right here. So I'm looking at the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? When I'm looking at the paperwork, I'm like, yeah, everything in here is about not like us. It has nothing to do with nothing else. Even the shooting, he's blaming UNG for the shooting at his home and all that. But really, like, the whole thing is stemming from the not like us thing. Let's keep hearing what Jim have to say. Let's let him finish up.
I know niggas that live off of lawsuits, nigga. I know niggas that whole lick is lawsuits, bro. Every week they get hurt. You heard every week in back. I gotta go see the doctor. I gotta go see the physician. I gotta get this bag. I can't go to the gym. You know, people might be like, nigga, that's nigga. I know niggas that live off of lawsuits, nigga. What's the difference?
Jim Trippin, y'all. Jim Trippin. He said, I got homies every week they back hurt. That's funny, yo. So that was Jim Jones' perspective on Drake suing. I disagree with him. I think Drake suing, obviously, like a lot of you guys, I see you guys in the poll, 94% of people saying Drake's lawsuit is not justified.
So I was reading the comments from the last video about the intro. I seen a couple mixed feelings in the comments. Some saying, cut him some slack. He wasn't even born when they came out. Nah. We went to school. We had social studies. We had history classes. We learned shit that we were too young to know about. It's all called doing your homework, learning the history. So, unfortunately, fortunately, sometimes I'm just going to be the guy to point out certain shit for the simple fact that there's so many different platforms speaking on shit incorrectly, or they even telling somebody else's story as if it was theirs and remix it and put wrong shit into it.
Barclays, I love the Barclays.
Shit travels. Like, just think about when you was in school and it might have been a fight and you weren't there, but somebody else was there at the right time. All the details got out. The shit was back. But that kind of happens with this social media shit. A lot of shit gets watered down and exaggerated. So we gotta bring the truth to the light, man. It's too much bullshit going on. Then I seen another comment like, yo, you're saying you don't know who he is, but you posted the video. People send me videos all day to my Instagram. Y'all do know that it is still a thing where people don't know who everybody is or just search to try to know who everybody is. Like, this shit is definitely a gift and a curse when it comes to online. But anyway, also, last video I was saying to y'all, like, yo, in the comments, tell me other shit y'all want me to talk about. So I seen shit about the iceberg shit, made me bring out this Marvin and Martian iceberg sweatshirt. Yo, I got this shit off the iceberg website maybe like 5 years ago. This is inside from the 90s. Like, yo, you can still go on the iceberg website right now and get some decent shit, depending on what you pick. Everything is not the way it used to be in the 90s and shit like that.
Why is that shit not?
Shout out to my man Post, P. Shines. P. Shines sent me a picture with 5 pair of 5s, right? 2 Charlie Brown iceberg sweaters on the floor and shit with the G hat. For those that don't know, this Homestead Grace hat, I did collab with Home Game New York and New Era last year to drop this hat. Shit sold out.
I got that hat. I got the sneakers in
We're
there.
going to drop the hat this year soon. I'll keep y'all posted. But anyway, Post had the off-white pants on with the off-white
was fresh and I didn't even know it.
5 pair of 5s is crazy. 5 times 5 is 25. We in 2025. We get the black metallic 5s next week. That's what you call mathematics. But yo, the iceberg shit been around since early 80s, right?
Ooh, that jacket.
Everybody was
Remember
at
that?
22,
Iceberg?
9-7 and shit. 9-6, 9-7, shit went out of control. By 9-8, we was outside in that shit. Super duper crazy. Like I always tell y'all, I don't like really speaking on shit that I fully didn't live. Iceberg shit been around forever since the 80s, but I was a kid. But once that shit hit the mall here, it was over. Like, I want to say 9-6 for Eden's game to Garden State Plaza, followed by Neiman Marcus. That 97. Springtime going into the summer, they opened up. And I had an uncle that was into like fashion and shit. Well, I have an uncle. And he was like, yo, when that Neiman Marcus shit opened, that's gonna separate the boys from the men. So I always kept that in the back of my mind and shit, because before that it was just like Bloomingdale's, Macy's, boom, just him figuring little shit heavy, more than shit. That shit hit, it was like, oh, all right. Because we was all just trying to next level ourselves, be the first with the next shit that was about to take off in a good way. Some people, it was regular trends too, but I always wanted, well, I'm not just gonna say me, but the people I was around always wanted that shit where it's like, oh, how the fuck they get that? How the fuck they spend that money on that? Or, you know what I mean? With statement pieces, good statement pieces though. And don't get it fucked up. Everybody does a hustle. Like my homegirl, I might have seen a video of her at the 100K event with Fuji on and the Air Max ones and shit. Yo, her and my cousin, who's also there, yo, they worked a telemarketing job. They got paid by quarter, right? They was killing them. So their checks was looking like they hustled. And they really did hustle. But when it come to all that fly shit, they had all that shit abundance. Heavy iceberg shit, heavy D&G, all of that shit, bags. Like they wasn't the girls that just had 1 or 2 sweaters. No. They had that shit in abundance. And to this day, they still put that fly shit on. But, you know, that's how it is. You grow up, you be amongst certain people that's into certain things to where y'all pretty much on the same page. So y'all end up forming like a bond in the crew. I remember 97 vividly, prom time, right? Everybody paying their prom dues. I know 2 dudes that was yakking money for a week straight. I mean, they probably had about $4,000, right? $4,000 in 97, 16, 17 years old, that's good money. Yo, told more about Versace sweatshirts, iceberg t-shirts, all that shit. So once back then, right, a fly t-shirt was $100. So you could get the Medusa head Versace. You could get you a crazy iceberg history t-shirt, good stitch, Winnie the Pooh, all of them on a t-shirt, $100. That shit sound crazy back then. Now it's nothing. Good Moschino t-shirts, $100. Once you pop your cherry and you used to spending that type of money, your next train of thought is, how the fuck can I get more money to keep getting this shit? And yeah, that's just how it went, man. Jay-Z helped popularize that shit a lot. If you get an early version of the Streets is Watching movie, like a DVD, not a remake, one that came out in 98 or VHS for 98, he got hella iceberg shit in it. Mm-hmm. The newer versions of that movie, all the iceberg shit is blurred out, but anything that's pretty much blurred out is iceberg. Yo, that shit made a monster out of many of us. Like, it next level with fashion. Like, don't get it fucked up. In the mix, we were still doing the low shit and all that other shit. But it was like, yo, nah, I need this. I need the iceberg. I need the Coogee. I need the this, to that. But yeah, man, that iceberg shit was not just here. DC, Philly, you know what I mean? A few places play iceberg. But like anything else, it comes to time to where shit gets oversaturated and you move on to something else. And certain characters in the iceberg shit, or when they started making like iceberg jeans, it was like, that's like equivalent to Polo and Polo Jeans Company, right? When they started making iceberg jeans, it was like, this shit is out of hand, we awful. And then that's when it switched to the throwback era, Mitchell and Ness. And New Jerseys wasn't cheap, but we was already so used to buying $300-$400 sweaters, but buy a jersey, it wasn't nothing. And it was still money outside on the street aspect. You had people boosting, so you was able to get shit half price. And then you got to think, majority of us in my age group, we had a fucking bill, so we was able to spend whatever money we got. We didn't have to worry about shit, but making sure our people stayed on. And then, you know, cell phones came into play. Yo, just thinking back on them times, like the total of the bills might have been $100. Haircut, Eva bill.
Haircut was cheap.
They wanted to get a dude, get a nails done, shit like that. That wasn't every week because the girls was advanced. They was having their money. Mm-hmm. Working in ABC, whatever, they was getting money too. Facts. But yo, all we had to do was just stay in tune with the latest shit, buy the latest shit, look for more of the latest shit, look for the money to buy more of the latest fly shit, and party. That's all that shit was, man. Party and bullshit. It was a hell of a time, man.
I would always be out. Every weekend I was out.
Took more pictures, but creating this platform definitely shows that some people was definitely thinking
I got off
and
that
took
leash for a
very,
little
very
bit.
good pictures. The highlight
was
that
outside.
time, like, yo, just think about.
Then my brother started
having
snitching.
an iceberg sweater, right? A pair of vast boots, right there. That's easily $500. Let's say your jeans is $80. That's $580. Now you go get a big North Face, $600.
$500 was nothing back in the day.
mean? Or you go get a big
Fresh out of college,
still
nigga, $500 on the silk. Man, my face used to be like
$1,000.
a
You get what I'm saying? So
like
at the end of the day,
$1,200.
you're seeing a bunch of teenagers with damn near $2,000 outfits on
No
in 1997, 98. That's like having on a $4,000 outfit.
That's 2012,
At
13.
that age. So some people could look at me like, just imagine you're a 16, 17-year-old kid right now with a $4,000 outfit on, going to school. You know what I mean? Or your little brother or whatever, that's that age with that shit on right now. Don't get it fucked up. There's some kids that's doing that. And I think a lot of that has to do with a few different things. Either their parents is from that era and they respect the shit, so they buy them shit because they still in the fly shit, or it's so easy for kids to get money online and shit like that with all the streaming and all this other shit that they could really afford to buy that shit themselves. And then now you get shit sent to you, seeded to you from brands. You wasn't getting none of that shit back then. It wasn't no resale shops. It wasn't no trade. Like, it's not. Some people would trade amongst each other, the people that they fuck with. I never was into that shit, but it was way, 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 way harder to do all of that shit. It was actually extreme, and we didn't know about none of that shit. So I think that's why a lot of us from that era take authenticity the way we take it. Like, we come from a time where we got to see what DC did, what Philly did, what Jersey did, what Queens did, what each borough did. And it was easy to find that shit out. All you had to do was go to Skate Key, The Rink, Grant's Tomb, Harlem League, all of that shit. And you would see people from all over, and you would know, like, that nigga is fly, but he not dressing like he from where we from. Or you meet a girl at Skate Key at The Rink from Queens, and you looking at the way she dressed, y'all exchange numbers, you beat her, she call you back, whatever. And then y'all start talking about the shit that y'all into and the shit that y'all wearing. And it's a difference. You're learning more shit. Your thought pattern is expanding. You go to fucking Greek Fest, you meet a girl from Philly. Philly girls D&G'd out or steamed out, and they talking all this fly shit. Philly got wild boosters. They was on credit card shit early. All of that shit scanning super early. Now you're learning, you're advancing at all different levels back then. And it was because you were hands-on. Now being hands-on is just good. It's like a flip your finger. But then it's really no authenticity. It's really not authentic. Can't knock it. It's actually cool. Like the kids are able to buy some shit, wear it a few times if they want, put it on the app, sell it, recoup some money to get some new shit. I respect all of that shit. I don't want y'all to feel as though I don't respect it, but me personally, I just wish the regional shit was that popular. Like, I feel as though New York shouldn't be looking like Houston shouldn't be looking like Detroit. You know,
I get that shit myself too. I was
wear it the way we want to wear it. Like, now it's like people wait to see like what influencers doing what, and everybody run with that same exact shit.
Facts. That's why
like that iceberg era. You'll see motherfuckers at iceberg, but everybody's not gonna be outside in the same exact outfit. Like, look at that picture from a homecoming in Virginia. Sure, it's from New York. Everybody got advancing on, but everybody advancing is different. Now,
everybody wearing the same shit.
The majority of people is gonna maintain this shit. Everybody's gonna be the exact same way.
Yep.
We need more authentic shit going on.
I was in the fashion. I didn't even know I was in the fashion.
Since we got the 5s dropping in 6 days, right? How do y'all feel about the 5s? I want y'all to comment in the comments. Like, where do you rank the Jordan 5 in your Jordan category?
They're annoying as hell. 5s are annoying because the tongue is annoying.
That I have to have, and that's the 3, the 4, and the 5. Next runner up for me would be the 6 and the 7, right? Color makes a difference too with the sneakers, right? With the 5, every color. Yo, I remember in '90 when the Fresh Prince dropped in that first season, he had every color 5. That shit was crazy to me. Like, that's the first Jordan with a lace lock. The black shits had that. The black and the regular 5.
I got the ones in the room right now.
Reflected tongue. Then he dropped the red, this red shits with the black tongue with the 23 on the side, and of course the green. So here's a little phrase for all of them shits. He got the red, the black tongues on Arsenio.
Got them at the
I don't know who made this red leather custom shit.
I got the red though.
But he had those on. Then if you look in the classroom, he got the great tracksuit on with the great 5s. Yo, Jordan tracksuits is slept on.
Yeah,
it wasn't slept on back then. It's not an astronomical amount of good ones out now, but there are some ones that's good. I got me a good one that dropped not too long ago. Shit look good.
Price like Siemens. Anyway, oh, I miss my baby. The Navy beat me for those.
We showing the set of
I got them in the room right now.
Season 1, he jumped on the black shits. Even in the opening, for years, you've seen him when he first pulled up, jumped out the cab with the black joints on. How many of y'all is copying those 5s next week? I'm not gonna hold you. Last night I was looking, right, as I was putting my shit together for Winter Wars. Winter Wars, February 8th, home game, New York. I'm gonna drop another video before Winter Wars. Maybe I'll give y'all a sneak peek of the shit that I'm gonna wear. But I'm gonna drop a hint. It's Gore-Tex, and it's not no face.
What's going on, Chosen One Nation? Big Brother Training took me again to another exclusive video. I'm back in my studio making these videos now. And for those of you who don't know, I've been in the studio making videos for a minute now. But I'm about to create a whole new setup. You know, it's time to switch it up. Get tired of the same old look, same old sofa. So I'm definitely gonna be investing in getting some more, some more decor, whatever you call it, around these videos and look a lot nicer for 2025. But anyway, man, it is still Monday, February 3rd. Still Monday, February 3rd, and I hate Mondays. I don't know about y'all, man. I hate Mondays. I always have a hard time getting back into the flow of things after the weekend, man. Comment below if you hate Mondays. I hate Mondays, man. I can't never get right on Mondays. Just like by the time Tuesday get here, I be full drop. I be in my optimum potential. You know what I'm saying? It just be like, oh, dang, bro. Like Mondays be dragging. Everybody be slow moving. It just be always an awkward day.
It's worse than a 3-day weekend. Every week.
I decided to make this video, y'all. First of all, man, shouts out to everybody out there who donated to Steve, man. Now, if y'all didn't see the last video, I'm gonna put at the end of this video my boy Steve, man. Him and his wife apartment burned down. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if y'all can donate $5, man, that'll be good to help them out. They don't have nothing. Everything they had went up in flames. They lost their clothes. They lost so many prized possessions, things to get cherished the most. Everything don't know. And any dollar, every dollar counts, man. Just watch the video at the end, y'all, and please donate something. Like I said, I gave him something. Right when it happened, I gave him something too. I donated to him. I was the first person that probably gave him something. You know what I'm saying? Like money wise. But anyway, help me out, y'all. Help Steve out in his cause. Go to his GoFundMe at the very bottom in this comment section and just donate whatever you can. Man. It'll be helpful to him and his wife who lost everything in that apartment fire. But anyway, I'm gonna keep y'all posted on his story, y'all, so y'all can keep track of his progress and everything. I'm gonna get him on the video one day. I'm gonna give him all y'all. I ain't gonna tell y'all. I'm surprised. I'm gonna definitely give him something. Give him stuff that y'all gave me to give him, and I'm gonna do it on camera. Okay, so thank y'all so much. But anyway, man, I want to talk about this right here, man. I can't be the only one to be experiencing this episode. Like, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but I would say Chosen One's got really magnetic tone. Like, and it's not that we trying to be arrogant. It ain't that we being cocky. You know, we're not arrogant and cocky people. But sometimes we can literally feel like that sometimes because it just be like yo, it's just like everybody is attracted to us, bro. It's like everybody be attracted to us, and we don't even try to do it. We don't even try to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just this past weekend, we tried to step out and go have a good time, with a friend. And the moment I got to the place where I was going, y'all, and y'all still let your voice be heard, leave a comment, let me know, have you experienced it? I cannot be the only one. The moment I stepped foot outside, everybody began to just gravitate towards me and just talk to me, bro. I don't even know why, bro. I know they don't know me off YouTube and nothing like that. It's just a natural energy that we got as Chosen Ones, and it comes off. People can feel it, they can sense it. You know what I'm saying? So I went into this spot and I tried to, it was a lounge, so I tried to get a seat at this lounge spot this past weekend. And when I went in there, it was super crowded. It's a tiny spot, it's super crowded. I already know what I'm gonna be on the spot, so I just give it a try anyway. So when I walked in there, I was looking around to see if I could find a lounge area that I could sit in. So next thing I know, I see this guy. He looks at my dad. He comes up to me like, "Can't find a king." I'm like, "Nah." And so he started to talk to me. He's like, "Yeah, it's done, man. It's done, man." He didn't know what else to say. White dude. You know, he had that New York accent, like he was from New York. You know what I mean? He was from Yonkers. He was from Manhattan. You know what I mean? He was talking like the older white man. Looked like he got, paid or rich, whatever you want to call it. But he looked like he was well established, and he had a New York accent. And so I left out. I'm like, "Yeah, man, ain't no way to say I'm gone." So he walks out behind me, and as soon as I get outside, I'm in front of him. He behind me. I'm outside, and his wife said something to me like, "You didn't find any spot either, did you?" I'm just like, "How she know that I was talking to you?" You know what I mean? I'm just like, no, I didn't think about it. So y'all, I just kept on walking. Now, like I told y'all, I want to tell y'all these stories because I'm trying to see if y'all be experiencing the same stuff that I'm experiencing. I'm not being conceited. I'm not bigging up myself. I don't think I'm better than nobody or nothing. I'm just telling y'all real life experiences being Chosen One. So like I said, so now we walk to another location. You know what I'm saying? This dude and his wife and everybody that was with them was following behind me. They was following behind me like, you know what I mean? Like I was damn Moses or something. You know what I mean? And there's a whole group of people walking behind me, like 10, 15 people behind me. I guess it was his party. And so I'm just looking back because I can feel all these people like following me and shit. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and they just, they looking at me and they looking at my friends and stuff. They just, like, we were there. They were trying to act like they were with us. So I'm just like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I'm grown ass people. So I cross the street and I go to this other spot. And when I crossed the street and went to this other spot, they came and followed me to the other spot. They followed me to this other spot. I'm like, no, it's what does it say? Like, y'all been into it? Like, yeah, man, we too, man. And I'm just like, yo. And I could go on and on about many more stories that happened that same night that I did not make it happen. I did not make that happen. But I don't know Chosen One. I don't know what it just seems like people are naturally attracted to the Chosen One because we have high vibrational energy. I mean, I'm really starting to see it now. And we don't even got to be doing that. We don't even got to be trying hard. We don't even got to look fly. We don't even got to start no conversation.
I know you're already
keep apart of what we do. So you got to have because I'm talking scared about more often. And I honestly think we always try to stay to ourselves. We always try to stay alone, try to stay by ourselves and everything because it's be like it's too much at the end of the day. It'd be like too many people. And then I don't know if you ever felt like this, but have you woke up in the morning and just been like, yo, I had a bad freaking day yesterday? Like I don't know. It just seems like something that's always conscious or not conscious. Like we did something bad, because we was just so good. You feel like that sometimes? Like, oh my God, you wake up like I woke up the next day because so many people have started conversations with me before. You know what I mean? Just random people like smiling, hey, trying to be involved. Like it'll make you wake up the next day and just be like, yo, I did it wrong yesterday. I should not have did that. I am such a bad person. I don't know. It's just like as chosen ones, we constantly have like this. It's like the devil on your shoulder and an angel on your shoulder. The devil is like always telling you how you did something bad, and you cannot stop thinking about it. Like, oh my God, you was talking too much. Oh my God, you shouldn't have. You had on too much perfume. Oh my God, you were overly dressed. Oh my God, you were talking too much. Like it's just like I don't know. I just be feeling like that. I woke up the next day. I feel like I had done something bad because the chosen ones do so much good. It's crazy. It's like a crazy experience. It's like a weird ass feeling. So I just wanted to make this video to ask y'all, do y'all be going through that same type of feeling, those same type of vibes where it's like you always feel like you're not doing good enough. You're not doing good enough. You gotta be better.
Yep, I'm a perfectionist
like,
because of it.
I don't know, as a chosen one, it's like everybody is, I don't know, it feels like everybody is always trying to point out what we do wrong.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If you walk wrong, somebody say you're walking wrong. If you say something like, if a chosen one say something with too much expression, oh my God, you're too emotional.
Yep.
You know, if you have feelings and you're showing some type of signs of like vulnerability or humility, people like toughen up, toughen up. You need to be stronger. Don't let them see you weak. Like it just be like we cannot.
Because they have to do that.
Somebody pointing something out.
Chill out, bro. You know
it's
you're
crazy.
good.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
You're buried in there.
And like I said, I'm not making this video. I just need y'all feedback. I just need y'all opinion on like how what y'all be going through. It just be like everybody's always feel like under a microscope. You know what I mean? It's like everybody's always checking us, bro. Always checking us. You know what I mean? Always watching over our shoulders. If you work at a job, your boss is you probably the only one at your job. Your boss paid attention to the most. Like always watching you. You. To try to see if you mess up. Try to see if you.
I used to have a manager walk on into the bathroom when I went to the bathroom.
Get to work on time. Can't be a bit late. Everybody's gonna notice. The boss doesn't notice. It's crazy. Like people treat us like we can't be human, bro.
Nope.
Like people be humanized.
Can't be
you know what I'm saying? Like I said,
that's why I came here.
I just talking about me. I'm just trying to say this is something that's happening to all of us. Probably if I had to take wild bits, but I don't know. I just need your opinion in the comment section. Let me know. But even here on this channel, dog, like this channel, like inspirational motivation. Don't you know? Even with motivational, inspirational advice, people mad at you for that. They're like,
LeBron definitely knew that word.
You're not. You're doing too right. You're telling people too much good stuff. Stop it. Stop it.
That's exactly
I
what
make videos on Instagram. They're like, stop telling all this stuff. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Like, yo, what is wrong with people, bro? Like, people nowadays are so freaking desensitized and they are so freaking. I don't know. They're not even human. Okay, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, comment below. I want you to know, boy. I want you to tell me how you feel about this. Like, do you always feel like you're under a microscope? Like, you can't get away with nothing.
Everything.
People are always watching you. They're always checking for you. They're always clocking you. You know what I mean? Always spying on you. Always trying to see what is it that you do wrong so they can say something about it.
Yep.
Like, it's crazy. But then when you do too right, people mad at you for doing too right. If you go out and meet 3 new friends, your conscience is going to say, that's not good because you don't know what to expect from these people. They could be crazy.
That's
They could
exactly
be
what it
weirdos.
is.
It's just like, no, I'm just a friendly person. You'll be like, no, I got to give gab. I can talk to people. Like, is there anything wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? You're talking to too many people.
Yep. That's my mother.
Hey, look, we can't.
My father talk too much.
Make sure you comment, make sure you leave a like, and make sure you donate to my boy Stevie, and they call him go fund me at the bottom of the comment section. Peace.
They're just trying to confuse you to make you fucking.
I've been walking back. I do it myself. So y'all are getting 2 episodes today because I wanted to keep this subject away from the other subject, right? But today we're talking about this TDE civil suit that's going to court. So it's been a Jane Doe and a Jane Roe. Well, Jane Doe has been pretty much revealed, and it's this sexual assault suit that's coming out against employees or executives of TDE. So the introduction is basically states, it says, defendant Top Dog Entertainment is an independent record label specializing in hip hop and R&B acts, best known for launching the careers of several prominent artists. It says plaintiff Jane Doe was hired to perform public relations and marketing services for TDE during the course of her performance of work for TDE. She was subject to inappropriate workplace behavior, including sexual harassment and assault by officers and executives of the company, right? Moreover, Ms. Doe was not adequately compensated for the services she performed for TDE, which reneged on his contract for payment and refused to pay her what she was owed. So this Jane Doe has been revealed as Linda Luna. Linda is a very cool person. Of course, we're industry colleagues, so we've had passing for one another. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a very cool person. And some of the people that's not represented, excuse me, some of the people that these things are alleged of, people from TDE who are also cool people as well, right? But beyond the standpoint of this, right? There's a lot of people online that's trying to make this into some sort of thing that has something to do with the battle, and I don't think that at all, because when you talk about allegations like this is serious. Of course, we did have conversations about, the Jay-Z thing, and you've seen everything that's been happening with Diddy, and sexual assault and sexual harassment is something that's nothing to do with, especially in the workplace, right? And we would like to, believe that people are telling the truth when they say these things. But let's go on more through this suit, right? It says plaintiff Jane Roe was a friend to one of the artists signed by TDE hereinafter artist A in exchange for her providing moral support to artist A. TDE provided her room and board at a house owned by TDE that doubled as a studio. During her stay at the TDE property, Ms. Rowe was sexually harassed twice by TDE employees, one of whom gave her alcohol despite being underage in an attempt to further sexual advances. So this is a very serious situation, right? Like, this is not nothing that got anything to do with songs. Like, this is serious allegations, right? And of course, me being a dad of two beautiful daughters, when I see something like this, it makes me like, upset to an extent, because I mean, ultimately, I don't know what's true or isn't true. This is something that everybody's going to have to see play out. Now, again, Jay-Z situation was totally different. Once we were able to hear commentary from not only the accuser, but the accuser's dad saying that, I don't remember none of this. That kind of gave a different story or feel to the situation. With something like this is very new. But the timing is crazy, right? Because of course, Grammy night is happening tonight. Well, it happened yesterday, right? And so she won an award. Kendrick Lamar won 3 awards, but not like us. So it's just like things is happening, and like timing is not. Wow, but let's go a little bit more through it. It says in November or December 2020, a TDE employee known as Big Dog approached Miss Rowe from behind in the kitchen and without consent rubbed his erect genitalia against her buttocks on 2 separate occasions. I mean, again, these are serious allegations, and when stuff like this, when you hear shit like this, nobody should celebrate. Like, this is not nobody up in the score or nobody else, because if there's there's something like this that's alleged to happen, if it's true and somebody went through something like this, it is a very serious matter, right? This is a very extremely serious matter. But TE has responded. I mean, they have responded to the suit. Well, the lawyers responded to the suit, and the suit says, the response says, this is a clear example of a shakedown lawsuit by Linda Luna and Aya Altari, who made a demand of $48 million through their attorneys on fabricated claims, and whose attorneys are looking for their 10 minutes of fame. There are text messages and communications that totally refute these baseless claims. Additionally, Ms. Luna and Ms. Altari were never employees of Top Dog Entertainment. We are confident that we will prevail in this action. So, I mean, we're in a time now where all of this plays out in the court of public opinion, right? And especially with, we just can't ignore the fact that Not Like Us was a song, we can't even call it Kendrick a TDE affiliate, right? Like, he did represent that company for years before starting home, but Not Like Us, the whole weird case why they're around, and it became like a narrative backdrop to the offense of, OVO and their potential allegations and things that they got. I mean, for me, honestly, I said it time in and time out. Wow, like Not Like Us is a hit record, undeniably. I never thought of Drake as a PDF. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, of course, in the comments, it's going to be a whole different story, and everybody wants to pull receipts and examples of what they, why is he texting this person? Why did this happen? Y'all can have that. I ain't gonna argue with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna argue with y'all. But Linda, she did actually respond, and she went on her IG, and Linda had to say, I don't have a dad to hide behind. Linda. But what I will say is that my dad was a prayer warrior. He ministered to me to live in truth, to always stand up for myself and never fear man, only God. So this is my truth, and I'm finally standing up for myself. This doesn't have anything to do with any artist beat. My agency just happens to work with a lot of different artists in the music industry in no way, form, or shape.
This one right here, the 3-team blockbuster trade finalized late Saturday night. You've got Luka Doncic going to LA, playing alongside LeBron, and Anthony Davis now in Dallas with Kyrie playing with the Nets. Taylor Rose, your initial thoughts on this one?
My initial thoughts is I haven't been this shocked since the Raptors traded Vince Carter when I was on the team. And I was like, we got Jason Kidd and who else in return? I can't believe this. I love Anthony Davis. He's a champion. He's a future Hall of Famer. The Mavs.
Jason Kidd did not play for Raptors, did he?
I think they're like 3rd or 4th in the pecking order, even with AD. Terrific player. But if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, like Rob Pelinka might get a statue now. Like Jerry West got a statue as a player and as an exec. And I'm being speaking hyperbole. To add Luka Doncic to your team, he's been all NBA first team 5 times. He led the Mavs to the finals last year, BC. Like, his numbers are on steroids. I can't believe they
AD can go back to 23 now.
And ultimately because you didn't want to pay him. And I know, because I've been traded 150 times. What happens is they're going to now put out stuff about you. Oh, his weight. Oh, his lifestyle. Oh, this is why we did it. But ultimately, you're going to get chips in LA. And he's going to be an iconic figure, Vince Carter.
You're going to win chips in LA.
I just think, well, first of all, I was shocked in the environment. My only thing is, okay, are the Lakers done? Which I don't think they're done. Because you have this dynamic duo. I just think we need a big. They're going to get a big to make the game easier for him. I just feel like Luka's at his best when because he's a threat. All aspects. You put him in pick and roll, he's a loud threat. He's gonna find guys that obviously he can get buckets on his own. He doesn't even need a screen. But I think he was at his best when he had guys rolling to the basket. Now he's harder to guard because trying to guard Luka 1-on-1 is tough enough. But now he's gonna utilize the big like he does. Then now it's like, how do we guard him? He's staying home right now. I'm doubling up every time I bet.
Right.
Mhm.
And I understand the big picture, what you said. Go ahead.
Right, but this
They're trying to win the ball
trying to
for
win this year.
it. Use his ass right there.
OKC, like, they got SGA, well, we got Kyrie. Like, they feel like they could probably win it this year or next year. For the Lakers, they need superstar power in uniform. And Luka bring you that already at an early age. Look at the history of the Lakers. That's who they are. They acquired Wilt Chamberlain as whether a trade or a free agent in his prime. Kareem Abdul, Shaq, LeBron, and AD, now Luka. They're going to now build around him. And he's going to be the guy that ultimately tries to catapult himself into all-time great purple and gold status. So
Yes.
I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for the league, and I know he's going to do work. Now, watching him LeBron this year is going to be great.
What
Watch
do you
it.
think about that? You got two egos.
Ron knew what was going on.
They gotta figure out like who's gonna be the primary ball handler. They're gonna make each other look good. And I mean, LeBron James 40 years old still balling, right? And so ultimately,
20, I can get him to 27, 28, 30 points a game. I give LeBron to 30.
But the Lakers not about winning a championship this year. The Lakers is about being relevant. I don't think there was no championship with LeBron. So probably for me. So now that you have both of them, they've got some box office, and then Luka's gonna be the future.
And I will say this: I think it's, if you would, it's perfect timing. I think for this to happen because what we've said over the past couple of years is, will LeBron allow AD to be AD, the alpha dog one, the go-to guy? So he's in a place where he is now allowed that. And look at Anthony Davis. Well, here's another guy who's very capable, and I think LeBron has a lot of respect for him. And Luka can actually make LeBron better because of his ability.
Right.
LeBron get involved with a live dribble. Right, that's insane, or vice versa. So you can play, okay, your turn, my turn to lead the team. And I think this is now next level, allowing LeBron to be himself, but he doesn't have to be that go-to guy.
But ultimately, with like people who like watch the game and you're in the Hall of Fame, Luka is a perimeter version of Larry Bird in modern day basketball. He's not the fastest, he doesn't jump the highest, but his IQ is crazy, and his shot making is crazy, and his ability to also make people around him better. And he's already proven that, and he's not even, what is he, 25 already? So the idea for me to give up on that guy is really because you don't want to pay him. And now he's going to cost himself $100 million because they traded him. So now he's going to really come out and do work. So it's really good for the league.
He mad now. 100 million. I could have had that 11 years ago.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Charles Manson. Welcome, you guys, to another episode of the Dream Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We'll give you guys the first perspective on things. Now we're sitting there,
11 million was at my doorstep.
Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. So as y'all know, Luka Doncic is now officially a Los Angeles Laker. Anthony Davis is now a Dallas Maverick. So a lot has happened last night, in the last 24 to 48 hours. But in the midst of that, we've also been kind of reacting to how all of this affects LeBron James. I've been amongst the people that feel like LeBron didn't know what was going on. He was absolutely blindsided by this trade. And I still believe that. I don't think that LeBron had an idea of what is going on, contrary to other people creating content saying that I said that. I never said that. But so you have that aspect of it. But now that his teammate of 6.5 years got traded away, the question now comes, well, what happens with LeBron James? What do the Lakers do with LeBron? What does LeBron do?
I would stay there if I was
LeBron. Trade clause in his deal. I think it's him and Bradley deal to have that trade. And some people feel like that means he can't be traded. No, LeBron can be traded. He has the ability to veto the trade. That's what it means. Some people feel like he cannot be traded. No, LeBron can be traded.
LeBron, I
He
would stay for a
power
year.
to veto that trade. That's the difference here. But anyway,
leave back 43, 42, 43, go, or you can get.
I came across an interesting series of articles that suggest that there may be a secret move, a secret trade that's being worked on right now that could absolutely shake the NBA and could be actually bigger. Yes, you heard me. Bigger than this Luka Doncic Anthony Davis trade. Before we get into this news here, today's video is brought to you by sponsor PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. PrizePicks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week on PrizePicks, I'm looking at the upcoming NBA schedule and selecting Stephen Curry for more than 29 points and Kevin Durant for more than 27 points, and Anthony Davis for more than 12 rebounds, and Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play safe, you love PrizePicks. Your feature flex plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe.
You're not gonna win PrizePicks.
I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Okay, so let's get into these articles here. There are 2 of them, all right? One of them is from market.com. It says, after Doncic goes to the Lakers, LeBron now heads to the Warriors with Curry. Continues on. The NBA is never short of drama, but even in its own, even by its own high standards, the Luka Doncic trade to the Lakers was a stunt. No one expected it. Not the fans, not the analysts, and apparently not even LeBron James. The deal which sent Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas,
AD
changed
don't
the
do anything.
mindset of the league and immediately ignited questions about what it meant for the Lakers' future. The
We're not
biggest
gonna care
what
about
happens next to
LeBron.
Chris Haynes quickly put out the first fire, reporting that LeBron intends to remain with the Lakers past February 6th trade deadline. According to league sources, James had no plan to force his way out, and the Lakers front office was appreciative of how he and Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul handled the situation, but that didn't stop speculations from running wild. It then continues on. The Warriors, after all, have been looking for a way to extend their championship window. They've been linked to all kinds of trade rumors and Kevin Durant, but nothing quite as dramatic as LeBron Curry union. Golden State has the assets to make a move. Young players' contracts that can be moved, and an owner who isn't shy about making a splash. But would they actually pull the trigger? Lakers reloaded Mavericks adjusting to LeBron's watching. From the Lakers side, Rob Pelinka made it clear that they aren't done anything. There's still some time for the trade deadline. If LeBron isn't leaving, that likely means reinforcements are coming. The front office is fully aware that Doncic LeBron duo, while exciting, needs additional depth to make a real run at a championship. So that's what that article has to say. There's another one from Favorite World that says Warriors could land LeBron James in a huge blockbuster trade.
You can go to the Warriors.
Meanwhile, the Golden State Warriors are navigating their own crossroads, desperately trying to build one last championship around Steph Curry after dealing with inconsistent play for their roster. With James and Curry setting the international world on fire with Team USA in the 2024 Olympics. Could that chemistry carry over in an NBA in a jaw-dropping blockbuster trade? For the Mavericks, the decision to move Luka was fueled by mounting concerns over his condition. Reports indicated Doncic had ballooned to 270 pounds, raising red flags about his long-term fitness. Dallas ultimately prioritized.
You think that man gonna
over
fuck his
the
career up?
the young superstar who was reportedly stunned by the deal. Now the Lakers find themselves in a similarly precarious situation. LeBron, fresh off losing his longtime running mate, could very well be the next in line for a franchise.
This is an excuse.
Golden State has been eye shaking up after a lackluster season, and what better way to reignite their dynasty by pairing two of the greatest players in NBA history? Stephen Curry has placed the words on blast earlier this season that he won't accept an average team, and that this is a chance for a massive change. If LeBron wants a final chance at a ring, linking up with Curry might be his best shot. The Lakers aren't yet committing to a full rebuild, but James
He's not retiring for another 5 years, and if he does, he's gonna start another
league. Find the twilight of Curry's legendary career. Let's go through it and it goes for those details. Golden State Warriors receive LeBron James. Los Angeles Lakers
LeBron ain't slowing down. He can average 40 right now.
Kyle Anderson in 2026 first round pick, and then the article goes on there. So there seems to be some speculation about this. All right, that this could potentially be something that could happen. Here's what I think.
If you can go to the Warriors, I might just
right. I'm not a general manager, but something is telling me that something else is going to happen, and I won't be surprised if LeBron leaves LA. I won't be surprised.
Nope.
And there are some teams he could go to. The Warriors is one of them. He could also go to Cleveland. There are also articles out there circulating about him possibly going to Cleveland. That would also be a massive move. And if he ended his career with Cleveland, that would be huge, right? Huge for him. It would just be like a full circle moment. Go back when you started, you go back and you finish off your career. That would be incredible. That would be a great storyline of his career. I don't think there's hope. I could be wrong. LeBron can still decide that he wants to be in LA. But it is shocking if we see LeBron James get moved. If they present the right package to him and these guys in the Lakers front office say, hey, look, LeBron, we're looking to build into the future now. So we're going to give you a shot of a particular team that you want to go to. You can talk to them and see if this thing work out. It would surprise me. It would surprise me if we still have some days before the trade deadline. We'll just keep our eyes peeled and our ears open because something happens. So the question to the audience is simply this. Do you think LeBron will get traded before the trade deadline? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. You guys on the next show. Peace.
You got a ball spot, bro. Get rid of that. Cut the shade, bro.
Damn, I can't. Give me some time to grow out here.
You need some time to grow.
Situation where you and Lane had like a kiss thing going on.
Where'd you go to college? I ain't going to college, but I turned it down. And they offered me like 15, something like 10 million or something. 5 million or something. Definitely $5 million. Yeah. What are you doing? Well, you sure that would be $5 million? I turned it down.
One rapper got exposed on an interview that got illegally struck worth $400 million, and another got exposed for hooking up with the trans woman. These are times rappers got exposed by interviewers, and we've got to start things off with it. Because while the lies come to light about his lifestyle and shady activities now, back in 2018, people were still unsure about his sexuality. Puff got straight up exposed during his Breakfast Club interview, though, and people just didn't take it seriously back then. During the interview, Charlamagne the God asked Diddy about the violation video that had been posted online, in which Diddy said some very fruity stuff. Diddy tries to play dumb like he doesn't know what Charlamagne's talking about, but then Charlamagne pulls up a clip from the video, which leaves Diddy embarrassed and speechless.
And fired in jail, and everybody made compilation because they said you was a real suspect on the interview. Yeah. Did you see that? No, I didn't see it. I said it out. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? I don't play games. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. I don't play games. I was coming off of being in Miami at night party. I don't really remember what I was saying. Man, it's like a reminder. Yeah, sure. Wait till I love it all. I love it all, man. I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping and shit.
He just like the party.
That's what you do. Scrambling. So I like when you do it like that, Daddy. When you scrambling and scraping for shit.
You do. Diddy then tried to explain himself about how he's really not gay. But Puff was obviously nervous as he claimed the things he said were simply Records' fault.
Nah. I mean, you don't go back and look it up and laugh.
it can be funny. I don't really be on it like that. I know I say like reckless stuff out my mouth that's just not maybe, adding up to with somebody who's homophobic, but I'm not homophobic and I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm
just tell them right then and there.
I would love to see it. I would love to see video compilation.
Things were far from over though, because Charlamagne next brings up another incident in which Big was asking rapper Fabulous why he wanted to party with him, as well as a similar scenario which also went down with 50 Cent. Figgy was on the Breakfast Club a week earlier, and he also confirmed that the thing with Fab is sus, letting Charlamagne know that Diddy had once asked to take his shot.
He doesn't even know what he's saying. It's like fruit. You know what I'm saying? He's saying something fabulous, and he goes, but me and you, we ain't part. Like, we need part. What are you talking about now? He said something to me one time, a long time ago. And Chris Lighton's when he told me to take me shot. I looked at him like, what you just say? Say you move, man. Before I do something, don't make me mess up the way.
Diddy responded to that, saying he only wanted to get 50 in the clothes.
I asked 50 about that. He said, you did the same thing to him. You asked me to take him shot. Yeah.
I probably didn't. You supposed.
But I'm a nice guy.
Then more than how 50 actually loves him. But the Breakfast Club crew weren't so sure about that. The way Puff said made him look even better.
Y'all can't see it. I mean, y'all can't see it. Y'all can't see that he loves me. You really think that's hate? When you really break it down, you've been out here a long time. You know he loves me. You know he loves me. Okay.
Knowing what we know about Puff, that interview adds up. But this isn't the only time a rapper tried to deny something about it that was blatantly obvious. Because back in the 2017 BET Awards, the Migos were on the red carpet doing an interview with DJ Academics, and Jessica Alexis and Joe Budden. During the interview, Academics talks to Takeoff about him not having a verse on the group's hit song Bad Bougie, and describes it as a running joke. But Takeoff wasn't going to let Academics play with it like that. And so he went off on him, saying he wasn't left off the song.
I feel like it's like a running joke. With you get left off Bad Bougie.
I got skinny he was.
Say it?
You sound about Bad Bougie. What's that? You sound about Bad Bougie? Yeah.
Academics noticed Takeoff wasn't too happy that he brought it to the top, and he immediately started moving things along with him, so things would get more awkward.
What's that? I don't think you like a lot of people, because this is what you want to tell. Even though you might see one or the other, y'all move the collect.
But it seems Joe Budden wasn't too happy with Takeoff's response and how he was making Academics look stupid for speaking the truth. So, clearly annoyed, he immediately insisted that Academics wrap the interview up.
All right, we gotta wrap this up.
But just as Academics tried to end the interview by giving a shout out to the Migos, Budden gets pissed and walks out on that dropping his money. The Migos felt disrespected and tried to come at Budden before security stepped in.
Every single last one of them Migos are sorry.
I've been coming for so long, I'm glad it's
Hey man, you guys are nominated tonight. Have a good show.
Ain't nobody in some skinny jeans gonna say shit to me. I'm sorry. Ain't nobody in their skinny jeans gonna say a goddamn thing to me.
And Quavo explained why would I say on podcast a few years later. Post Wilson asked Takeoff if he maybe just wasn't feeling the beat of the song. And that's when Quavo quickly chimed in to answer it, explaining that it was just the time.
Especially we had a fashion place like that. Like, I will.
Somebody had Boosie by doing rap on beat. Why wasn't you running song?
It's not Boosie just trying. It's somehow Boosie actually pissed off because we had no music out.
Yeah.
We ended up leaking Bad Bougie on SoundCloud first. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even gonna be on it. It was gonna be. I had to do my verse like on some quick, fast, and the verse. So it was just like everybody running to the song trying to get it down.
But things are about to get more interesting because this next rapper strapped live out turning down an alleged $5 million college scholarship to pursue his rap career instead. In a 2023 interview, Big Boogie was talking it up with Bootleg Kev, telling him how he came up in the game. Then Kev asked Boogie where he went to college, and that's when Big Boogie came up with some wild claim about turning down a $5 million scholarship to Jacksonville focus on rap, and he Kev was about that.
I go to college, I turned it down. Yeah, I turned it down just to do this, just to grind from rap.
So you had an opportunity to do the good thing.
Scholarship,
right?
I think it was like in Jacksonville. You know, a big band in Jacksonville. It was a big college though, and they offered me like 10 million like that.
A band?
After $5 million.
Yeah.
What we doing?
Like what? Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. But I was so younger. Like
wait.
I didn't know
Were you sure that was $5 million?
I turned it down.
A few months later, Tusi also came on the podcast, and Kev brought up the topic of the scholarship which he turned down. That's when Tusi called Big Boogie out, saying he was capped about the scholarship thing.
Did you ever get any scholarship offers when you were coming up?
Yeah, I had scholarship.
I know Big Boogie got $5 million for the drums. He told me about it, right here.
I like that 15. I'm telling you.
Yeah, let him know.
Boogie cap. Yo, that's cap. I got to see this.
Try to tell him without telling him.
I'm telling you, that $5 million, boy, yo, you start rapping, bitch.
Yeah, like Drumline had to have been about you, bro.
Yeah, that's everybody. They can't want me to get $5 million.
You didn't get $5 million for Drumline.
You get $5 million, boy, Big Boogie. We might go back to that manager person.
A year later, though, Big Boogie was invited back to the podcast, and after his viral claim had been called up by big people, he finally admitted the scholarship was worth $5 million.
The last time you were here, we went 5. Yeah, you know what's crazy about that though?
Don't let the bands hit you in the face.
Let's do it again.
I would drummer all time.
Yeah, that'd be.
The band would be fine.
It's
It's almost
you
pop.
get offered to go play drums.
Those look like money.
$5 million.
Yeah, that's about. But yeah, I would have been rich.
But speaking of rappers who like to cap interviews, we have to talk about Soulja Boy, who got exposed for lying about a deal worth much more than just $5 million. Back in 2019, Soulja Boy was on the Breakfast Club, bragging about several claims. So Charlamagne decided to call out Big Draco on one of his famous lies. In 2016, Soulja Boy posted on his Instagram saying he had just signed a $400 million endorsement deal. If Soulja Boy was indeed speaking facts, that would have been one of, if not the biggest endorsement deal in hip-hop history. When Charlamagne asked him about it, Soulja continued to back it up.
But as it turns out, the deal was only valued at 400 million shares based on forward thinking of the company's value. And at the time, the company itself was only worth $50 million. Charlamagne went on to let the world know that Soulja shares were only valued at 2.5 million. But Soulja still clapped back, saying millions and millions before eventually admitting the truth.
Now you had a $400 million deal.
That was fast.
You said it was an $80 million a year contract for 5 years for
I
anything.
still got the contract right now. What you talking about?
The company said it turned out it was just shares that were valued at 2.5 million.
Well, millions is millions. I mean,
It's not only 2.5.
millions is millions. My baby, come on, man. Let me get money, Charles.
So that was a real deal.
That was real, Charles.
It was the initial number you said.
Yeah, but it was real.
But later in the interview, there was something pretty interesting. Drake was saying that he actually was a captain.
Drake?
Charlamagne was talking about how Meek Mill had a bigger comeback than Soulja because he had beef with Drake, who Charlamagne called the biggest rapper in the world. But according to Soulja, he taught Drake everything he knows, and he also mentioned how Drake stole his flow when he first came out.
But he didn't beat with Drake, the biggest rapper in the world.
Drake. Drake. That's why the lights. What's wrong with though?
Everybody really knows.
Stop telling me like I ain't teach Drake everything he knows.
He taught Drake everything he knows.
Y'all ain't hear Drake on his first song. Tell me what's really going on. Drizzy back in his thing already. That's Soulja.
Uh-huh.
That's my bar.
It
They
is
copied
his
my
shit.
whole flow. That just be through the phone. They copied my whole fucking flow. Bar for bar. Oh. Make Drake. Don't do that.
Soulja may have been capped about 400 million, but the thing about Drake was Drake facts. Drizzy took bars from Soulja's 2000 song, was had, and used it on his own song. But that interview with Soulja Boy was the only time Charlamagne exposed the rapper, and this next situation was nothing but personal. In the 2018 interview with Tory Lanez, Charlamagne brought up the topic of his hair out of nowhere, saying he had never seen him with hair before. That's when Tory starts to explain the treatment for going to correct his messed up hair.
I've never seen you with hair. Why you brought hair?
And I had to fix my edges up a little bit first.
You got a ball, but don't get rid of that. Cut shade ball.
Yeah, my kid. Give me some time to grow out of this.
I got the hairline though. I thought your hairline was good. Well, get the ball yourself, man.
I was that fucked up. I just wanted my edges started going quick. I swear to God.
Fuck her. Tory's hairline. Charlamagne calls him out for having a bald spot. But Tory claimed his hair was still good and growing back. That's when Charlamagne tells the cameraman to zoom in on Tory's bald spot. Tory, though, wasn't feeling that. And immediately threatened to do something the cameraman didn't back off.
And Tory, what about this ball though?
My shit, I'm watching on Hey, yo, nigga, come here. So real, I'm trying to play me in this mother. Trying to play me in this mother. Come over here. I'm beat nigga.
Now, Charlamagne is infamous for his unfiltered opinions and always keeping things real. So it's no surprise some guests on the show go off. At the time, Birdman called for Charlamagne for disrespecting his name in previous interviews. One of those interviews was with Rick Ross, in which Rose called out Birdman for Lil Wayne's beef with him and his record label, Cash Money Records. Apparently, Birdman wasn't doing right by Wayne and tried to hold him prisoner at Cash Money, but Ross wasn't down with that, and he let everybody know.
You mentioned Jim Prince, you mentioned Wayne, but you didn't mention Baby. What's your relationship with Birdman? I don't have one with Birdman. You know what I'm saying? If you read Source Magazine, you'll see that, you know, right now, it really me just seeing what Wayne going through as an artist, him being the boss, you know, me idolizing Birdman at the time, me looking up to Lil Wayne being the first artist to make so many feats, not just as an artist, but artist coming from the South. That's something that's a person. So for me to see the way things are transpiring, I can't respect that, and I don't respect it. Because that ain't the way this game built to be on, and I ain't with it. And ain't nobody you can play with.
I saw you tweet that. You said, it hurt you to see what Wayne